And we're back in Mythic Odyssey of Theros. Thank you everyone for coming along for, I think we're on session 9 now.
It's a scary film.
Yeah, indeed.
Didn't realise we've been going for that long already.
Indeed, we've had some trials and tribulations. What of those do you actually remember? What do you remember from the previous couple sessions? Or at least the previous session?
I'm in a fit of rage. I got no memories. I'm angry.
Last session we started off with a fight, I think it was.
We vaporized some bandits. We beat up the mayor again.
We can't leave
Yeah,
this poor
accurate.
man alone.
Vaporized is accurate for the bandits. They did not stand up to you in any way, shape, or form. They were essentially just commoners with knives, except for one dude that drank a potion of speed that thought he was all that, and then Bennett came along and crit him in the face and insta-killed him. So
Yeah, I was running pretty well last week.
You're saving them all up.
So,
We simped to Frankos for a bit.
yeah, you went and beat up the mayor just because you could, including almost killing him and then killing him. You did go and speak to the greatest NPC I think I have ever created in Frankos.
We love him.
I do.
How's it going, Dad? And from there, you found out about essentially where the Eater of Hope was lairing at the Blood Tree, a bit further into the Despairlands, to which you took yourself a good long rest to make sure you're all patched up and ready, although some of you are realising that you've spent a bit too much time around its cursed nature and are getting kind of tired. You marched off into the Despairlands, heading straight for the Blood Tree, and that's where we are now. You are met with the Eater of Hope sat atop a sort of spire of strange crystal material, and a sort of fleet of various undead creatures of varying sizes, to which you are currently in the middle of fighting. So, unless there's anything else I have missed. Fantastic.
I think you got everything.
So we will continue where we left off as we were in the middle of combat. So Bennett, you are top of the order.
That's Pogeg, isn't it?
That's Pogeg. That is
Right, okay.
theoretically an ally.
Hogeg is still... You would notice, yeah, a general red aura around Sogeg. A bit of a more crazed look in his eye than normal.
If he is an ally, does he count as an ally?
He does count as an ally, yes.
Right,
They
okay.
found me out. I don't give sneak attack. Oh my god.
Right.
Well,
So
that is
if I
also an
move-
interesting point, though. Yeah. Yeah. So Pogeg would definitely give sneak attack if you're sneaking up on this
Oh
zombie.
yeah. Yes, sir. Well, I feel like Sogeg gives advantage to anyone. Just might as well stab you.
So if that's a flanking thing, what benefits
You'd
do we
get a
get from
plus
that?
2 to your attack roll.
+2, right. So
Well, let's be honest, I've not really been keeping track of flanking since we've been playing, so...
and because he's within 5 feet, I also get the
You get your sneak attack bonus.
sneak
yep.
attack bonus. Right, so I'm going at him with my Xiphos. So I have, well, it's +2 to this, whatever it is, isn't it?
Yep.
It's a
Believe.
public roll.
I'll tell you for now, you needed a natural one to miss.
Brilliant.
So, yeah, he's a very not unalive zombie. It is no longer moving.
Right, cool. And then I'm going to use a dash action as my bonus action.
Yep, because you've got cunning action, you're a nimble little rogue.
I'm going to go to there because I feel like Neil might need some help next to him. So,
Okay.
right, and I'm
He
staying
sure
there.
does.
Next is the Eater of Hope itself, that is still currently sat reclined atop this spire, just enjoying the carnage for the moment. So, Nadrin.
Hey, Neil is in a bit of a predicament here.
Well, that he is.
He is going to use his turn first, and he's gonna bite this guy.
Okay. That is a successful bite. It does bite and grab onto his arm. The arm doesn't come free as much as it is rotten, and Neil's used to feeling a bit queasy at the moment, so it's not too bad.
He's probably not too pleased about
But
it.
it's up to you whether or not you want to keep that zombie grappled.
I don't see it moving at all.
Unlikely. I mean, it might if Neil walks away.
Neil is not gonna move away. So I think he is just gonna vibe there.
Reasonable.
And
I mean, his drool is currently bioluminescent, so he can add some good atmosphere.
Where's this thumping music coming from?
he's already got it on this one.
He's got his neon colours out.
I'm trying to remember what spells I cast last session. Looks like I cast 2 first level spells. Yeah, I cast Chaos Bolt twice. Okay. I think
I
we're
always
just
get
gonna-
nervous when Dios starts measuring stuff.
As you should.
I think we are gonna try to Chaos Bolt again.
Okay, against what?
Always worked.
This one.
Oh, against the Minotaur skeleton.
I didn't mean to have
I'm
an
not sure you'd be at
advantage on
advantage, but you would still hit. So you could choose between. Let's have a look. It would be either acid or poison damage.
that. I don't think those are that good against this. Acid.
Okay. It starts melting through some of the bones.
I am gonna move. Let me just.
Yeah, you've got your
Oh,
10 foot
yeah.
of move just from casting a first level spell, and then obviously you can move
Far
your normal.
away from people, am I?
Although if you stand still, you will start sliding because you've got the butterfly boots on.
Yeah, I'm just. Okay. About here, I think. Using
Okay.
my
Yeah.
bonus action thing and also 5 foot of movement myself.
Okay.
I have to actually take a step.
That's
Ugh.
bizarre. Okay. Dios.
Okay, I am going to move around this idiot to about here.
Okay.
Staying in melee, going the long way around so I don't enter melee with this idiot.
Yeah. It's reasonable.
Reason.
Can't
Yeah.
believe Dios just assumes that all these little poo brains are idiots.
They're undead, they don't actually have brains.
I mean, the zombies do. It's just they're a little more mushy than normal.
Yeah.
They might not be smart at your alive things, but they're very good at doing what they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're living
So-
their best life.
I'm going to raise my pike up to the
I've
sky.
got a feeling I know
and-
what you're doing.
I am going to use Channel
Yep.
Divinity. But I'm not going to turn undead.
Nope, you're going to do the other one that fucks up.
I'm going
all
to do the other
undead.
one.
The one that Heligan told you not to do last time, but because it was against nice undead rather than evil undead. So yeah, let's do it properly this time.
No, it's going to be Radiance of the Dawn. As an action, present my holy symbol, which is the pennant on my my pike, and any magical darkness within 30 feet of me is dispelled, if there is any. I don't think there is.
Nope, there's not.
Cool. Every hostile creature within 30 feet of me needs to make a Constitution saving throw, or take 2d10 plus my cleric level radiant damage.
How
Okay.
range?
Uh,
30 feet?
Yep.
Oops.
Are you sure that's 30 feet? So, again, I'm using... Actually, it needs to be a blast, doesn't it? So, I know it would be burst. So, 30 feet from yourself
Yes.
would be... I'm not sure if this is actually showing up for everybody.
Yes, I see that.
Yeah, that would be the 30
See
foot.
the arrow, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's just
But I
right when you
think
move it.
that's because I'm doing up to 15 feet, whereas theoretically that would be a 30 foot if it's... Because I think it's giving me the radius rather than the full on. Because I think it's supposed to be that distance, because I'm assuming it's the same amount as a fireball, and I can't imagine a fireball being this big.
No, it's the same amount as Fireball.
So,
Yes,
yeah,
30
it's
foot
that one.
radius. Cool. I shall do some rolling. It's Constitution save to beat it, and
Okay.
half damage on a success.
I'd like to see the rolls first, because some of them may not survive even with a successful save. So.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, well that makes my job a little bit easier, because these ones can fuck off. That one does need to make a save. Oh, does actually
Beast.
survive. Well done.
That zombie managed to survive. Okay.
And then we've
Jesus.
got 2 skeletons.
The 13 fails, the 16 succeeds.
So what's the DC?
14.
Okay, fantastic. So that one's gone. Look at that, saving the rats.
Cool.
And then
And
there's the
bonus action.
Bouncer as well. Hold on, there's still one more save to make.
Okay.
Okay,
Yep.
that's failed, but he's got he's a chunky boy, so. Okay.
Okay. Bonus action. Budget weapon flies through the air like the spear that its shape does, and flies right towards the ogre zombie right next to me,
Okay.
and bonks him on the nose.
You give him a poke.
Poke. Spiritual weapon. 13, 11.
Okay, yeah, you give him a solid poke. You get the feeling these the zombies are a lot easier to hit than skeletons, because there's a lot of them and they're fairly slow moving, but they hit a hell of a lot harder.
Yep.
Okay, is that everything?
Yep.
Now that you've wiped half the board off.
Yep. Cleric's doing cleric things.
Okay, Zolk, you are now no longer trapped between 3 different things.
The cleric saved the rat.
The undead fun circle has ended.
Oh, I just realised that these 2 aren't on the turn order, so hold on. A2.
Aw.
I'm going to assume that Dios and Buddy Cop have got that one
Yeah.
sorted.
I think we'll be fine.
Yeah. So I'm going to go help Neil.
He really needs the help.
Do I have advantage on this one? I don't think I do.
Why would you have advantage?
I had it from the disco, but I don't know if that's...
No, this hasn't
no,
been
he's not doing
discoed.
that anymore.
You would have flanking though.
You would
Yes.
get flanking, yeah.
Yeah.
I think you should get advantage.
How does that
against
work
your
again?
master.
You
Plus
get
2
a
to
plus
the
2
overall.
to your... So we'll work it out after the fact.
Yeah. So bonus action to apply the curse and try to go for his knees, because I'm pretty sure that's all he could reach.
More than likely. God, it's good you're flanking. Okay.
Is that
Only because of flanking.
it? Nice.
Anything else?
That's all I've got for now.
As we accidentally skipped over the zombies' turn, they get to take their turn now. So this one's going to lift on up. We're going to have one try and slap Neil.
Were any of them still frightened? But I can't remember if those ones died, but a lot of zombies were frightened last session.
If they were, I'm sure I would have marked it down if they were still frightened. But I think we ruled it that they're not frightened because they're undead, or at least
Is that
bullshit to make it easier for me to keep track of.
is that 17 going at Neil?
At Neil, yes.
Yeah, that hits.
So 3 points of bludgeoning damage that he'll never recover from. I'm saying that because he's got 90 hit points. Because what the fuck?
Okay, that's done.
Oh, I need to remember what Scutz's rage effect was. It was something to do with being blind. Whether or not the zombie is considered blind.
I think it was Raging Sunlight.
More
The end of
just,
the turn next to.
it's more, is it when it begins its turn that close, or is it if it ends its turn that close?
If it was ends.
Okay,
You-
then fine. So it's alright for now.
Glow with a bright light in a 30-foot radius for the next minute. Any creature that ends its turn within 5
its
feet
turn.
of you is blinded until
Okay.
the end of next turn.
Okay.
Alright.
So it's going to hit you normally. Oh no, have you recklessly attacked since last time? I don't think you have.
Don't think so.
So it's going to attack you normally. For another 17 to hit, doing 6 bludgeoning this time. Although that'll be reduced to 3 because you're raging.
Okay.
And then it's going to be blinded.
I did hit twice with the granny stake. Would that mean I recklessly attacked?
Did you hit an advantage with it?
I think if I rolled, or do I get 2 attacks? If I didn't get 2 attacks, then I rolled
then-
twice, which means I rolled
Yeah.
recklessly.
So
So I take full damage then.
no, you wouldn't take full damage.
Oh.
It's just whether or not it would have advantage against you.
Oh, okay.
So no, you'd take 3 points of bludgeoning damage.
3 points. Got it.
Okay. Sogag.
Well, Sogeg definitely didn't pass the vibe check.
So
So,
yeah, you've got
You see
2 creatures.
in range. As he's not going to go first, as Pogeg is going to go first.
Okay.
As Pogeg is going to slither around and he's going to use his might to try and push Guts out the way. I'm trying to knock
Okay.
Guts up north.
Uh,
Pogeg power!
make a strength check for Pogeg.
Oh,
Okay.
that's not good.
Scott, are you willingly? You notice Sogeg come and try and push up against you, but nowhere near tough enough or strong enough to actually move you in any direction. What do you want to do? I'll give you a reaction to whatever on earth is going on there.
Yeah, frenzied snake.
You won't be able to
She-
move or anything, but you can say what you're being interpreted as.
She's just kind of like looking at it bewildered as she kind of shuffles along where it's guiding her, I guess. Or can she let it move her?
I tell you what,
She's-
I'll let
She's
you.
never interacted with a snake before in her life. She's like,
Yeah.
what's going on?
You can willingly lose the contest, and it would be able to move you.
Yeah, she'll
Okay.
lose.
Then yes, you can essentially grapple and drag Scott along with you.
Up one space.
Going for a snake, right.
Still a 50-50 if we get hit or not.
So yeah,
At
Scott
least
should move up
fine.
one space, as would Pogeg.
All right. I'm being dragged by a 2-headed snake. Rad.
Snake is just going to wheel and lash out at this big boy.
Okay.
And probably throw dirt in its eyes. Cheeky not to. Ooh, some bad rolls.
It's a bad roll. The first one hits.
I will throw dirt though.
I mean, it is already blinded, so
Got more dirt in its eyes.
it's got some dirt in its closed eyes. But you do manage to get a good bite off it.
As Pogeg is blinded
that
by the
is-
dazzling radiance. Oh. I will end my turn there.
No, so okay, you
as in Pogeg will.
Yeah,
and then
Poke. What's
Sogeg,
Sogeg got to do?
very angry. You see him raise his Zeisen two-handed to the skies. As I'm going to randomly select someone. 1, 2. Oh, I tried to save his guts. I apologize. As you just see Sogeg bring down in rage his mighty two-handed Zeisten. As I drop my Hoplon out of just sheer bloodshed. That's a 20 to hit.
So this is going against Skirts, isn't it?
Yeah, that's against Skirts.
So that would hit. You would take 7 points of piercing damage as Sogeg stabs you in the back.
Wow!
You just see his eyes burn red. As you just see animal hatred in his eyes. As you get the sense that, you just want to run away from me. I also have Blessed on by the time as well. Yeah, it was an extra 4 to hit. My bad. And he has something else. Oh yeah, his Eldritch Claw tattoo. You get the sense as well that he could have hit you even from 30 foot away.
You wouldn't have to use that, but you could if you really, really wanted to.
It's a cool tattoo. I've got to be using it. As that is Sogeg's turn, and I am two-handed my Zeisen, so I don't have my Hoplon at the moment.
Okay. Scots, it is your turn.
I can't even be mad. I'm like the shiniest thing in the room right now.
Yeah, you notice Pogeg try and lead you away from a very blood-drunk Sogeg.
Alright, in hopes to inspire her gym bro to calm down. She's gonna reach into her belt pocket where she tied the box that Granny gave her. And she's gonna pull out one of the paint pots. And she's going to begin to chug it. Using her epithet thirsty.
Okay.
Rig, watch this!
Okay, alright, so the paint pots allow you to create pretty much anything that you paint in 3D. You're going to drink.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't.
Make
Might not go well.
Constitution saving throw, please.
Were saving throws at disadvantage because I'm exhausted? Or have a level of exhaustion?
No, your ability checks
just
are.
Ability checks. Okay, cool.
In fact, you get a D4 to
Constitution?
this as well. Don't forget, because you're blessed.
Yeah, I have that selected.
Okay.
Nice. That sucked.
That's
I want to
not
turn
gonna
into
do
a
it.
scorpion like so gay.
So let's have a look at what I'm going to end up turning you into.
2 bloodthirsty people on the go. Yes. Just as Mogus wants.
Okay, you reach deep inside yourself as you drink through the strange viscous liquid of the paint as you turn into a normal scorpion. Just straight up scorpion.
You see Sogeg's eyes sort of glaze over your form. It's just... scorpions. Scorpions calm me.
So instead of a 6 foot across scorpion, you're a 6-inch scorpion.
Oh, God.
Okay.
This was not part of the plan.
I think this is exactly the plan.
Vision, a little bit of light so you can still actually see.
God.
But you are very much a tiny little scorpion. So you should be able to click and control that scorpion token.
Yes.
And if you hold down the Alt key and double click it, it should load up its character sheet.
Okie dokie.
And you can see the glory that is being a 6-inch scorpion.
They're pretty good.
Do I just get its attacks and keep my stuff, or do I now have its, like,
Oh no,
armor class
you've
and hit points.
so you've essentially polymorphed into it. You are this creature until you are reduced to 0, and then you turn back into yourself.
So I only have 1 hit point right now.
Yes.
You're not going to be the scorpion for very long, I don't think.
What's half damage on 1 hit point? All right. I guess in my little tiny scorpion, glowing scorpion, by the way.
Yeah, all your abilities would carry over, or at least the ones you currently have active. But yeah, you
Well,
are
like-
just this scorpion.
I will just sit there, I guess. That was probably my full action, so.
It would have been your main action. You've got bonus actions,
Yeah.
and you've still got your movement if you want to.
We'll get the fuck away from the angry. Oh no, but if I move, he gets an opportunity of
You'd
attack.
get an attack of opportunity against you. He is blinded, so it'd be a disadvantage.
I'll try to scurry away from him over here.
Okay.
See if he notices me and squishes
It's
me.
a 9 to hit. Is that enough to meet a scorpion's AC?
I don't know. Armor class, natural armor. Where's your armor class, buddy?
Oh, is it not showing
Need
its
a
armor
number.
class?
You'd be good.
It
Do
should,
not know how good my bug is.
it should be 11.
11.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
So it doesn't hit. You got away from it.
Alright.
Kind of a shame, really.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Do you want to move anywhere else? I mean, what's the movement speed of a scorpion?
I actually don't. know if
10
I moved
feet.
too
So
far
no,
already.
that's about as far as you can go.
10 feet.
Okay.
Oh my god. Oh no.
Should have made that saving throw.
Team north of the giant skeleton is not going well.
I also like the idea that it's not a scorpion, it's a doodled scorpion. It is as if it's made out of paint. Because you drank the paint pots to turn into it.
I am now Doodle Bob.
Is
Like Paper Mario.
Yeah,
Pretty
like Parappa.
Oh god.
I was gonna say Parappa the Rapper, but yeah, Paper Mario's even better.
Okay, well, it's the skeleton's turns. So they are going to move up and take a couple pot shots at Dios from a distance. Because they're mean
Come
like
at
that.
me, bro. That hits, and the second one misses.
Okay, so 6 piercing damage from the first one. You're currently concentrating on Bless, I believe.
Do you want to do all the attacks, and then I'll just roll all
Those are the
roll
only 2 that will be able to hit you from that one, sir.
As soon as my character sheet decides to load up, I shall roll a con save.
And then this one will move to here and then shoot at...
Yep. I'm good.
Pogeg. Miss.
Tell you what, taking Resilient was a great
It's
choice.
a
Yeah.
miss. A pathetic miss.
Okay, and then... If we missed that... Oh, I need to also roll initiative for the Minotaur Skeleton, because that we lost its initiative as well,
Just too impressed by us.
pretty much. So
respect
it
it.
will use its attacks now. It's got 2 to decide between, so... It's going to turn around and try and smack Zolk across the face with its its giant axe thing. So I shouldn't really call it a great axe because it shouldn't be a great axe, but close enough. It would get flanking on this as well, so it's got a +2.
Oh no.
Ooh, it's a good thing it
Fucking hell.
Jesus.
it rolled well, but did not roll well.
Why do you want to kill this rat so?
And then
Let us kill him. We'll drown him.
it's then the ogre's turn. So I'll do the ogre that's going to try and smash Pogeg. It is still considered
No.
blind,
Not the snake.
so that's going to miss.
Haha.
But it is no longer
Too
blind
wily.
as it's no longer too close to Scuts to be blinded. And then we'll have the one that's going to try and bop Dios. 19 to hit, doing 16 bludgeoning.
No, I'd like you to roll a disadvantage, please.
Well, you're going to use another one of those.
Yep.
How many of those have you got left?
I've got one more after this.
Oh. 14.
That misses.
Okay. And then top of the order, Bennett. What would you like to do? Oh, you've gone really... You sound like you've put yourself inside a box.
Benny, get out of the box.
There we go, that's better.
I don't know what happened. Yeah, so from there, that's 20 feet, 30 feet to there. And I'm going to attack this big Minotaur thing.
Okay.
So I'm going at it with the stiffness again. I get +2 to this again, wouldn't I?
Yep.
So you can just add that on.
Okay. You poke through and break a good few bones along the way. It is still in enough pieces to be a threat, though.
Okay. I don't have any actions that let me do a secondary attack, do I?
Not that I can think of.
Not
This
yet.
must be the first character that I've played as that doesn't. Oh, is that something that I get later on?
I'm not
Right,
entirely...
That's why,
Multi-attack usually is a bit later.
Do rogues get
think-
multi-attack, though? I thought...
Nope.
I was going to say,
No,
they
no.
focus on doing one really high damage attack.
I thought they still did. Bedus.
Yeah, I remember Merrick having.
Well, I think
two
he had
attacks.
a bonus attack because he had 2 weapons, didn't he?
Oh, is that what it is?
We're still wielding.
He was dual wielding,
dual
whereas
wield.
you've got one
Right.
exceptionally good stabby thing as opposed to 2 stabby things, or a stabby thing and a crossbow.
No, that's absolutely fine then. Well, I'm just going to stay there.
Okay, quite happy there.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say I'm happy, but there's not a lot I can do
Okay.
about it.
Well, let's have a look. We're going to roll. Okay. So, finally getting off from its perch, the Eater of Hope is going to start flying. And it's going to get nice and healthily over to here.
Ooh.
About the jump.
Come on, Alex. Win me a tenner.
Hang on, what?
What should it do? At this point, it's going to stay hovering quite high up in the air. Just sort of surveying the battlefield, getting in a bit closer. Okay,
How high is it floating?
about 60 feet.
Oh, fair.
So about the same height that it was sat on the other side.
Get down here.
So it's more just
Get
overseeing.
down.
Okay, it is time for these zombies to do their things. What little things they are able to do. So we'll have the one trying to slam into Pogeg. And miss, but is now no longer blinded. And then we've
Not
got
for long.
one
That's how much dirt in his
slapping
eyes.
Neil. 18 to hit, doing another 3 bludgeoning damage.
Yep.
And then 1 against Zolk. That'll be a 12 to hit.
I believe that's a no. That is indeed a no.
Okay. Nadrin.
So, let's get Neil to go first. He is going to... He's gonna try and get this one again.
Okay.
And he's gonna bite again.
It continues chewing. There's quite a lot of zombie to chew through, but he's getting there. Do you want to keep it grappled?
Still don't see it trying to move. I don't know if it really does anything.
It would just stop it from moving.
Yeah. I think he's okay. I don't think he
Okay.
necessarily needs to do that. And I will else to here.
Alex,
Yeah.
I just remembered something.
Dangerous.
I cast Protection from Evil and Good on myself last session. That zombie should have had disadvantage anyway.
Oh, okay. Well, it's a good thing it didn't hit.
Yep. They have passive disadvantage against me anyway, so it's all good. Sorry, continue.
Okay, I will move to there and cast. Is that even gonna work? You? Doesn't want to work. I'm trying to do thunderclap. It
So
doesn't
you should be able
want
to.
do the thing.
Oh, it's not. It's not actually rolling grappling. So let's have a look.
I don't know why. I
Uh,
clicked it like 3 times.
Yeah, you can see the chat trying to move up where it's going through.
Yeah.
If you go into the compendium, into the spells, or just search Thunderclap and then drag and drop that onto your character sheet, hopefully re-adding it will help.
Where's the compendium? This thing?
It's the eye at the top next to the journal.
Thunderclap.
Not like Thundercats, is it?
There we go. So it is everything
that's
within
bad.
5 feet. So it's just the zombie and things. So, and it's a con save. Con save or no damage. So, okay, they are both completely fine.
I did good. And
Anything
now I'm
else?
just kind of stood here.
And yeah, no, you're just kind of there. And that was a cantrip, so you can't even use that to blow yourself away.
Yep, and I've also moved. Okay.
I mean, you've got the rest of your movement. You would just take some attacks of opportunity.
Stay.
Okay. Dios.
Cool. Bonus action, I'm going to use the spiritual weapon.
Yep.
But I'm going to move it to the other side of him first to try and enforce flanking.
Is it considered a allied creature?
Let's have a look. Hold, please.
I don't think it would be.
I'm the one who's flanking it. That's the thing. I'm the allied creature to it.
I appreciate the trying to particularly word things. But let's have a look.
It's just a floating spectral weapon. Whatever.
Yeah, I'm not going to give you flanking for it.
It's only +2. I have blessed. I don't care.
Yeah.
Worth a shot. So it's going to bash this thing across the head. I think that hits.
Oh, most definitely.
I think that's a hit. And then for me, we'll do this now or later. No, I'm just going to stick my hand in its face and give it a bit of a sacred flame. Actually, no, I'm going to give it a poke with my pike. It'll do more damage.
Okay. Make piked poke.
Oof, that's not good.
It's good enough.
Is it dead?
No, not even close.
Damn. Working on it.
They're chunky
Chopped off one of its
boys.
toes.
I'm working on it.
You've considering you've been 1v1 in this thing, you've done well.
Anyway, that's the end of my turn.
Okay, it is the Minotaur skeleton.
Actually, can I just move? I'm going to move here.
Okay.
Get away from the group. I don't want to clump up too much.
Then we have 4 targets that could go after. It's going to go for Bennett this time. As you did stab him pretty hard.
Bring it. Bring it.
A 16 to hit. Doing 15 slashing.
Does hit. Oh, whack. Didn't need to bring it that hard. Jesus.
It brought. You asked, it gave.
Okay.
And then we're on to Zolk.
I've already cursed this thing. How hurt is it? Is the question.
It's crumbling. Definitely falling apart in a few places, but I mean, it's strong enough to still do a solid 15 slashing damage to Bennett.
Here's hoping that. No, I need to save my spell slots actually. That would be. I'm gonna use a poison. Which one?
Ooh, you're going to use a poison against the skeleton.
We're gonna use the uncoordinated poison.
Okay.
Don't know if you remember what that one does.
In a moment, I will find it.
I forgot how to pull that up.
What was it called? Uncoordinated. While the creature is
Yes.
poisoned by this toxin, it can't take reactions or the disengage or dodge action.
Yes, and we're going to attack the big boy using that.
Okay. Well, first of all, I need a.
Better roll than that.
Well, yeah, you need to do a better roll than that. But you've used the experimental the experimental toxin now. So is it a DC 14 poisonous kit check using your wisdom?
Ooh. Am I going to be uncoordinated? Oh, fuck.
Oh
So
no!
you are poisoned, and while you are poisoned that way, you cannot take reactions or the dash or disengage action. You did good there.
Tried.
You tried. I tell you what, make a medicine check for me.
Okay.
Just for a little bit of extra information. That's close enough. You get the feeling that poison wouldn't work on a skeleton.
Alright, cool.
So even if that had hit, it wouldn't have done anything.
God damn it.
Haven't we already gone through this already?
At
More
least
than likely.
twice.
This is why I let the DC of that check be a 10.
And he nearly failed it.
Yep. Who needs wisdom when you're dealing with poisons and medicines? Okay. Scorpion's guts.
All right. She did not attack nor take damage last turn, so I do believe the rage is ended. And
Yeah, your rage would have ended then. Yeah.
the era of the disco scorpion is over. All right, so
Oh no,
Can the
you
scorpion
did
rage?
take down. Oh no, because you had your turn after Sogex. No, you scorpion can't rage while you're still a scorpion. You can end the effect early if you want. If you want to turn back into yourself.
I was gonna run up and hope he stomps on me next turn. Because I just realized they do poison damage, and I don't think that's going to do anything.
You can
either. This is
as
the
a
most
free
useless-
action, because essentially you've cast polymorph on yourself. You can, as a free action, just end the effect and turn back into yourself.
Okay.
A bit of a disappointing one this time, but you never know. You've got 3 more pots of paint to dry.
I don't know if that's the way I want to use them.
So you turn it back into yourself.
Yeah. And then I can just rage again, right? As my
Yes.
bonus action.
So it's not
So,
even
alright.
an action to drop it. It's a free action to drop.
It's a free
concentration.
action to drop it.
Yeah.
Okay, so just scuttle up to him as this little scorpion, and then just, I guess, burst back up into this large, gnarly unibore. I'm gonna get real pissed, and I'm gonna go back into a rage again, which
Okay.
means
Rolling on the barbarian wild surge.
I don't have the button. Here's the button.
Okay.
Whenever A creature hits me with an attack roll before my rage ends. That creature takes 1d6 force damage as magic lashes out in retribution.
You are all sparkly and covered in electric now, and when something hits you, it zaps them. Or your fur standing on end like you've rubbed a balloon all over yourself.
All right. So now, crackling with all this energy, she's just gonna load up the good old granny stick.
Yeah, just beat him to death. To undeath. Re-death. Okay. Were you recklessly attacking or not?
Oh god, yes.
So yeah, where's the roll again?
No.
Okay. So you do still do a decent chunk of damage. More so than you would have done as a scorpion.
That's for sure.
Okay.
Oh, so good. Being a scorpion is so hard. No wonder you're mad all the time.
It finally gets my pain.
Okay.
She just became very empathetic.
Anything else?
I think that's it. We will end our turn.
Okay. So
I
okay.
will end the turn.
And Pogeg's just gonna basically the main character for a bit, just leading Sogeg along. So I'm gonna try and Pogeg kill this little zombie to the south.
Okay.
Pogeg's gonna do 2 swift bites. Bite 1, bite 2.
Okay. And very swiftly ripped a zombie apart.
And then Pogeg artfully wheels around, whee, over to Skuts. As it will be Sogeg's turn to wreak havoc.
Yep.
Seeing the flying guy, I just yell out, a mighty Mogis. I just yell out, get down here. Fight me, as Mogis would want. As I'm just going to lunge and try and bore my way into this poor big fella. So I'm going to barbed tail
Oh, okay.
and try and sneak my way in with a bless and with the plus wow. Bless has been good.
So that definitely hits. You get a distinct feeling that, similar to skeletons, zombies
Magical
aren't
attacks,
really
though.
affected by poison.
They've got magical poison.
So the piercing definitely hurts it. The poison doesn't do shit.
I'll take 10 pierce.
I'm not the only one.
Would you get dueling from your
Yes,
natural
any-
weapon?
It's any weapon, I believe.
Yeah, it's only one-handed. Oh, is it? Yeah, one-handed weapon. Well, you're not holding a weapon in the other hand. Yeah, okay, I'll allow it. Okay, anything else?
So I just wanted to get up close and personal. I can't do anything else now.
Fantastic.
That is my turn.
It is the skeletons. So this one's going to come over to here, and then this one's going to move around to there. And then we've got some pot shots to take. So we'll do one shot at. We'll do Pogeg. The crit. So that is 12 points of piercing damage against Pogeg.
Okay.
Against Sogeg. 5 points of piercing damage against Sogeg. And then against Dios. 6 points of piercing against. Oh, protection of evil and good. Is that against.
Undead.
Is it. No, is it against melee attacks only? Or is it any attack?
It's odd. I'll check.
Because if it's against all attacks for a level 1 spell, that can fuck off.
Disadvantage on attack rolls.
So yeah,
For a level 1 spell.
that can fuck off. They wouldn't have blessed then because you're concentrating on protection, evil, and good.
Oh, is it a concentration spell? Fuck. Okay. Fine.
So
I'd
and
rather
your blessings.
concentrate on that than bless.
So let's get rid of your blessings. Yeah.
Fine by me. It suits me. I didn't realise it was a concentration spell. I thought it was just.
If it wasn't a concentration spell, that would be on my shit list with that one. So, okay, let's see if it's disadvantaged attack. So, 14.
Misses.
Okay, and then we've got some big old zombies. So, this one is going to go for Pogeg. A 20 to hit, doing 15 bludgeoning damage against Pogeg. And
Check.
Not
then
Pogeg.
against
Pogeg.
a natural one.
Partial
So,
advantage.
fucking.
No, it's not.
Ooh,
Is that against me, that one?
Yep, I am finding a new intense hatred for some more cleric bullshit. So, okay.
I'm sorry.
You're not sorry though.
Because
No.
it's not only against all those different types of creatures, but you get multiple benefits against it. It's like, what
I had to
the
prepare
fuck?
for this.
Oh, well, fuck me. I should buff it then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cleric's 2 weak.
Bennett.
Fixated on this thing. I'm just going to do the same as what I did last time. So I get +2 and
Get
the
stabbed.
sneaky thingy. Watch this be a really terrible roll now.
Yep,
Nah.
that's going to miss.
Is this overwhelmed though?
No, you need another person over here.
Right. In the wake of that, I'm going to use my cunning action to. I can use cunning action to disengage from that, can't
Yeah.
I? I think. Yes, because I don't have a lot of hit points, so I'm going to fall back a
Yeah,
bit.
probably can't take another one of those.
No. And I'm going to stay there.
Okay. Well, it is the Eater's turn, and it is going to... probably going to drop to about there. Let's have a look. Let's do some measuring. It needs to...
Oh no.
Oh, it's a good thing you got out of the way there, Bennett. Can't quite get everybody. So, who does it not like the most? It doesn't care about killing its own creatures. So, it sits down and sort of reaches out towards you as this sort of miasma sort of seeps off its body towards you. I need Neil, Nadrin, and Zolk to make charisma saving throws. I also need 2. Okay, and... Okay. So, no successful saves. Oh, no, Neil got a successful save, because what the fuck? Companions just always beating the best characters in the game. So, those that failed, which is everybody other than Neil, take 29 points of necrotic damage and are cursed for the next minute. Meaning that if it attacks you again, you take an additional 1d12 necrotic damage. If you make the save, it's halved and you're not cursed.
Was that a breath weapon by any chance?
It was... Yes, it was a breath weapon.
God damn!
Yes!
I won a tenner.
But you ain't getting a tenner.
Okay, and it definitely kills these two too. So, 29 points of necrotic damage. So, rather than that one, I'll put the big cross through so you can very clearly tell. Rather than poisoned. Okay. Dangerous. You feel the hope. It literally is called breath of hopelessness. So, and then it needs to quickly roll. Fantastic. Gets to do it again. Next, the zombies. How cruel do I feel like being? Not cruel enough. So this one's going to go through and try and slam onto Neil. He's 17 to hit, Doing 5 more bludgeoning damage.
Yep.
Or did Neil take the... it would be 14 points of necrotic damage.
He didn't, but he will take that now.
Okay, good. I think that's the only remaining zombie. Okay. Nadrin. First of all, I'll let you do Neil's turn, and then I need a death saving throw from you.
Neil is going to bite the guy again.
Well, this is the new guy. He's already eaten one zombie. Or eaten most of one zombie.
Tasty.
Go to 17.
Yep.
Dealing 5.
Does he want to grapple?
Sure.
Okay. Nadrin, I need a death saving throw. That is a successful save.
Yay!
Made of WinRAR.
So there is a ruling, I can't remember where I put it, that Immortal Champion. If you reduce to 0 hit points, you can willingly lose 5 points of piety to be immediately restored to 1 hit point. So that's always an option. If you are down and dying, you can willingly sacrifice some of the gods' attention on you to bring yourself back to life.
Okay.
So probably save that until your last saving throw, but
Yeah,
there is an option.
Yeah. If it goes horrendously bad, yes.
Well, your 2 healers are relatively occupied, so...
Not to retroactively fix things, but I kind of just realized my supernatural gift says no.
Oops.
Oh yeah.
I'm
So
on 1.
you'd be on 1.
Have you got hard to kill as well?
Yes.
No, you've got the what was it called?
It's the Destiny one, isn't it?
Yeah,
Heroic Destiny.
Heroic Destiny. Like, 2 of them with fucking Heroic Destiny. Yeah, sure.
I've gone down many a time without using that. I just forgot.
Well done. Well done for remembering though this time, because that's
no.
your job to remember, not mine.
Well done for reading your character sheet.
Okay.
And it
So
gives you advantage on death saving throws.
Dios.
Oh, it does.
Hang on, I have a bit
That's
of
very good.
a weird question.
Okay.
If I'm down, do my boots still go off?
Yes. Just because I want them to, 'cause it's funny.
Still on
Okay.
your feet.
You end up there. You start sliding away.
Safety, though.
Yeah, it doesn't provoke opportunity attacks, so it just slides you around.
Sorry for interrupting.
No,
That was just a
I
quick
appreciate
thought.
it.
Okay. To here? No, I'm not gonna stay where I am. Breath weapons, bad.
Yeah. I'm going to ask you about that afterwards. That's what on earth you're on about.
Yeah, it was. The bet was, does the Eater of Hope have a breath weapon? Because I know you love enemies with breath weapons.
They don't always have breath weapons.
You have a type, Alex.
I have many types, thank you very much. I think I am pan-monstrous when
Well, either way,
when it comes to my NPCs and boss fights.
either way, you won me a metaphysical tenor.
He's not getting a tenner though.
No, it's a metaphysical one. It exists only in our imagination.
Yeah.
Anyway.
The clout dollar.
Okay. Buddy Cop Weapon is going to smack the snot out of this idiot again.
Can certainly try. And succeed.
That's a very low roll. It's the worst roll. 4 points of damage is not a lot.
It is not a
But
lot.
now, I would like to Sacred Flame it in the mush.
Okay.
It's a dex save. Whenever I find Sacred Flame.
I mean, It wasn't going to fucking succeed a save. But 5 more damage.
Yep. Don't think I've got much else, so that's me.
Okay. Zulk on 1 hit point and still poisoned and can't take reactions, dash, or disengage.
Yeah, there's a list of problems right now.
You do have a bunch of healing items. Whether you want to use them is up to you.
I am going to shuffle over here and
Wow.
use one of the Steelers leaves.
Just making sure to flick a handful of claws in various degrees towards Nadrin.
Yes, run towards the skeleton archers.
Yeah, that's also true.
Wait, what? Oh, there's shit down there.
Oh yeah, there's stuff that's been shooting people.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, you know magic cards, you know skeleton archer, come on.
You have the attention span of a melon.
Mate, I've got it focused so that I can see where everyone is, so I have to scroll down to see that one.
Oh, well. They may as well just not exist.
As far as my awareness is, yes.
Even though you've got the highest sight range of anybody here.
Does Zolk not just have really long dark vision at the moment?
Yeah, he's got
Yeah,
120
the
feet
rest
of
of
dark
them.
vision. You should be able to see
I
everything.
was going to be quite empathetic for a bit, but I'll take it back.
I can see pretty much the entire arena, yes. Was it the Sealer's Leaf or
I
the
like
Dawning
Rattling.
Leaf that was
Rattling's
better?
cool.
Which
Forgot.
one was it?
I made notes on them, but I don't seem
I
to be able to
mean,
get
it's almost like they're somewhere in the journal that everybody has access to. You just got to find them.
If you start reading while we're in heated combat, I'm going to throw a javelin at the book reading nerd over here.
Okay.
Paid to lead, not to read.
The Dawning Leaf, you can burn it and make people fall asleep, and when they wake up, they are considered to have had a long rest. And then the Sealer's Leaf, you could apply it to somebody and then make a medicine check. If you succeed, they get 8 hit points. If you fail, they get 1d8 hit points.
yes.
Believe in
It's
you.
literally just aloe vera.
Alright, I think what I'll do is I will try and slap on some leaves onto...
Okay, so you're running away. Have you got enough movement to get back to her?
No.
Sort of. 5 short.
That's still close enough if you're to there. So you still be able to physically reach.
So it was a medicine check then.
A medicine check.
Exactly to plan.
Right, so Dadrin, you get 8 points of hit points back.
You're still
That's
muted.
Remember
Nice.
to reset your death saves as well.
Yeah, reset your death saves.
Not that that's going to happen again.
So
Unlikely.
would that count as
Is
a
the
main
Eater of
action
Hope
or
That's
a-
your action. That's your
Right to
action.
charge up already?
So I
Let's see
can't
if we
slam
do.
one down on myself then.
No. No, you cannot.
Can I drink a potion?
Not as a bonus action, no. Use item, unless you've got a rule that literally says you can use an item as a bonus action. No, it takes a full action to use an item.
Well, we're not about to poison myself, so that's a bit awkward.
I mean, you're already poisoned by yourself, so...
I could add on to it, but no, I'll pass.
Can never be too poisoned.
Anything else you'd like to do?
Other than run, no.
Well, you're out of movement, so... Okay, Scott, it's your turn.
All right. Seeing all her friends just get almost board wiped and cobbled back together. Skuts is just going to, in her rage, just headbutt him. And so because she has a horn, she's just using Horn Strike and just gonna try to
Okay.
gore into him. I lost my sticky note on the electric damage.
So... do you want me to give you a way to potentially improve this?
Yes, I'm open for critique.
If you run laps around it, you'd be able to get your charge, which would give you an extra 2d8 damage.
Okay, no, I was...
You need to essentially
thank
have
you.
moved at least, I think...
It's 20 feet, but
20
I
feet
figured
in a
I
straight
couldn't...
line, yeah.
I can't move 20 feet back and then charge 10
I mean, you
feet forward with
can
35 movement feet.
let it have an
speed.
attack of opportunity and hope to survive it just to impale it harder.
I don't think I would run far enough, but I can definitely run in a circle around it.
I mean, you would be... Yeah, you'd just run in a circle.
If that works for the 20 feet.
It's close enough.
She's just gonna get that momentum going.
Pretty much.
And then
You're already
just, like,
covered in
pivot at
static
the last
electricity
second.
anyway, so
yeah.
you're just rubbing that up and then just zapping it through your horn.
Yeah, she's like rubbing her arms against each other, just like charging up. And then she like pivots and just slams her horn right into him.
Okay. Make an attack roll with your horn. Okay. So roll 2d8.
Okay. Oh, I should have been recklessly attacking. As
You
well.
don't need to. You got a natural 20.
2d8.
2d8.
Okay.
Okay. So that would be 24.
Good here.
41 points of damage. As you headbutt into this ogre. Okay.
Please don't die.
Ooh.
It's bad times.
Okay, now you headbutt into the center of the ogre, and you can see it takes a moment for it to actually take effect, as it is literally an animated corpse. It can take a beating and still come back, but sure enough, you just rip it full of magical energy, and it just disintegrates.
She stands there victorious. Static crackling.
But it was
Oh, did you see that, Sogeg?
Sorry gives a very angry thumbs up.
Another kill stolen.
Curse these unsavable rages.
Yeah.
And I still
Curse them.
have some movement speed and
You might want to get
a
away
bonus
from
action.
Sogeg.
So, yeah, I was gonna say, as my
Away.
bonus action, I will reach into my shirt and rummage around and pull out a
Did you-
bracer made. What?
Did you still have?
Oh no, did I give
that
up
thing?
collector?
Because what's your
Oh
story
shoot,
at the
I
moment?
did. Yep. Nope, you're right.
What's your story
I've
score at the
got-
moment?
Oh, my story score is 23.
Okay, so yeah, you can only have 2 at the moment.
Yep. Nope. Never
So
mind.
it'd
That's
be
right. I
fair.
gave up that ability. Sad. She just kind of tangles her hand in her shirt.
Forced to have it.
Yeah, and as she's like pondering to get the hell away from Sogeg, I think I moved 20 feet. So if I have 35, I can move 15 feet
Yep.
this way. All right.
To
Thumbs
move
up.
there, the skeleton would get an attack of opportunity.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Or you could just move a bit closer to the skeleton. And
Yeah, I was
just
gonna say I'll just
stay engaged with it.
just engage with it.
So essentially, because you've moved through this square here, you'd
The
be.
closest area.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's whether
Yeah,
or
that's
not
fine.
you
He's
That's a
probably gonna
good
do less
score.
damage than Sogeg.
Okay, that is fair. 16. If you're raging, that'll be doing 1 piercing damage.
All right.
Okay. But it is then the skeleton's turn. As the
It's my turn.
same. Oh no, sorry, it is Sogeg's turn. Sorry, it's all.
Easy.
Yeah. Go ahead, Sogeg.
I want to kill people. As Pogeg, knowing when a fight's lost, wanting to lead his friend back to Thingy, I'm going to slither my way over here. How tall is this femur right here? What are we talking?
It would be difficult terrain, so that 5 foot to move over it would be 10 foot.
I am going to dash then, as Is that right? That seems very far for 60 feet. Is that right?
I mean, that's saying 60 feet,
I
so
guess. Then Pogeg books it.
60 feet is
Wait,
quite
actually,
a distance.
first of all, there's Pogeg. Just wanting to channel the anger of Sogeg, I'm just going to sort of roll away to enemies. So I hop over here. I will sit in front of the very injured people. There's Sogeg, blood in his eyes again.
Oh, so
Sheer
who is
rage
the
and anger.
nearest?
Very happy that he got hit last time. Wait, that's a good point.
Yeah.
What is near? 35. No, definitely is clear. So.
Is that 25?
But it's
that's,
fine.
That's 20, though, so that's the
Is
nearest
that
one.
through a big bone, though?
So, okay, yeah, I'll add that onto it, so that would be technically 35 feet away. So, yeah, that would be the nearest one.
I mean, skeleton kill's a skeleton kill. As Sogeg, still under the effect of his Eldritch Claw tattoo, means that my weapon attacks are 30 feet range. As Sogeg just thrusts a mighty two-hander directly into that skeleton.
Okay.
At advantage, because I took damage last turn.
Yep.
And you know what? Sogeg, no, I'm not going to waste a smite. That'll be so stupid.
Oh, why not?
No, Sogeg is sensible.
Are you going to smite?
No.
Okay, well, it's still alive.
Oh.
If
Nah,
you'd
it'd be too much
smoke,
of a waste.
it would have died.
That's too much of a waste, though.
Is it though?
Too much. I don't have much. And with that, I will... How much?
Okay, now it's the skeleton's turn. And they're going to, again, draw their short bows and ping fire as well. So we do 1 into Scuds. A 22 to hit, it would be doing 3 piercing damage, because you are raging. 1 into Zolk. A 20 to hit, doing 7 piercing damage.
I can't react.
And you have no reaction, because you're poisoned by yourself.
So I'm down now.
Don't worry,
you are
I'll get the
good.
Pogeg paddles out.
Yeah, you have got the Pogeg paddles.
I do have Pogeg paddles, don't worry.
And then we have 1 against Dios, which is going to miss because of bullshit spells. And then we've got the final Ogre Zombie that is also going to attempt to hit Dios and not succeed in any way, shape or form. Okay, Bennett.
Dios makes some very nasty looking signs with his fingers at him.
Right,
How
well,
rude.
Bennett is kind of hurting at the minute, so in the hope that by running in and potentially helping Dios might take pity on him and heal him somehow.
Nope.
What?
Good answer.
Nope.
But anyway, yeah, he's still going to lay into that thing.
Yeah,
And
I've
hopefully
been
not doing
fighting
so
this
bad
thing
this
on
time.
my own for about 3 rounds.
Yeah, but you've been fine. So that would be a +2 to that as well.
That is a hit.
Is it dead?
Oh god, no. I mean, it is dead, considering it's a zombie, but it's still moving and swinging its
dead,
big
dead.
stick at people.
Damn it.
Not dead, but it's a bit dead.
I
It's on
wish
its way.
I've paid attention to how far I moved. Oh, I moved 20 feet. Yeah, I'm going to disengage and back out of there again.
Okay.
10 feet. And that's me.
Okay.
Maybe I'll still be alive on my next go.
Well, let's find out.
Roll Shaggy.
As the Eater of Hope strides towards you, or sort of levitates towards you, gliding on its wings. You shouldn't have shot me. As it's going to claw at you.
Oh yeah, I did shoot him, didn't I?
Yep, you're the only one that's done damage
What
to
a
him.
rude dude.
So, a 23 to hit.
Yeah, that will hit.
Doing
What in the fuck is
12 slashing and 11 necrotic.
Are you sure this enemy isn't too high a level for us?
No, I'm pretty
We've
sure.
gone into the wrong area.
I'm pretty sure you can do all this.
Shit. I
You've
was
come to
muted.
the wrong neighborhood.
I
Oh.
wanted to use
You're
my
using your
reaction.
reaction.
Down.
Hold on. You might get some temporary hit points.
Yeah, I wanted
Just
to
for
use
fun.
my Thassa's devotee
Yep.
on Bennett because he is in the range for it.
Yep.
So you get 10 temporary hit points.
So you've basically reduced that damage by 10, so it'd only be 13 damage.
Still put me down because I only had 12 hit points left.
And each creature within 5 feet of the target takes cold damage.
That though, that'd be cool.
Do I just have to roll
Yep.
the 2d8?
Roll the 2d8. Okay, it definitely takes some cold damage.
I have a good feeling that might have killed it.
It definitely seems to have noticed it, I guess. It's the best way to word it.
I was hoping it'd help.
Helps.
Yep.
Solid effort.
Okay. Then we have the final zombie is going to continue just being a zombie. Doing nothing. Okay, Nadrin.
Okay. Let's go for Neil does his thing first.
Okay.
He's gonna bite again.
Okay. Neil's not taking shit.
Yeah.
And broken ass companions. What the hell?
It's your rules, mate.
Yeah, I mean, it's more just lucky fucking dice.
Neil, carry. Come on, Neil.
So again, that should
I
be.
believe in you.
And then Neil is going to scuttle himself on over to here.
Okay.
And I will. I will Ray of Frost this.
Okay.
Are you gonna behave yourself this time?
Oh,
Ooh.
fucking hell. Okay. So that is
3 +
11
8,
points.
11.
If
Very
you
nice.
Ray of Frost him.
Cold.
And its speed is reduced by 10 feet until the start of your next turn. Okay.
Probably shouldn't. Is Sogek still gonna attack me?
I mean, if you're the nearest thing to it.
If I'm too close.
Unfortunately, yes.
Yeah.
We're gonna
I'm-
have to do some serious parity points praying to Mogus. For the love of God, let me heal. Let me save this.
I'll move to this side of the rat.
You're gonna make him kill me?
Yeah. I might edit that epithet slightly
It's
to make
mostly
it.
because I think it's mostly because it's wisdom. There's literally 80% chance that I ever get any damage against me. I can't do anything for the rest of the fight.
Well,
it's a bit brutal. It's a bit brutal.
That's what typical wisdom saves are like. What I'll probably change it is to it ends if there's no creature within 30 feet as opposed to 60.
More manageable.
So it's a little bit easier today. Because you can still move, you just have to use your actions to attack the nearest creature to you. So if you run away and let yourself calm down, you can do that.
Wait, I'm allowed to move away from creatures, am I?
Alright, so you make the use an attack, moving to attack the nearest creature. after you fail your current target.
Ray of Hope. But Mogis giveth, Mogis taketh away. Praise
Oh
be to
no,
God.
I think it's moving to the nearest creature. So you can move away from creatures, but basically when you knock something down, you've got to attack the next nearest creature, essentially.
Wait, what?
So
Sorry, I
say
didn't-
you've got two creatures that are both within 5 feet of you, and you knock one down. You have to then use any of the remaining attacks to
Ooh,
then
okay,
attack
yeah,
the
okay.
next one until all the
But
ones that are within.
I could
But you can move
theoretically
away
move away
and let
then
yourself
there'll be
calm
the
down.
nearest
Yeah,
thing.
or move
Ooh.
nearer and just start murdering.
Sogek suddenly learns the ability to turn his neck, and he sees other creatures to kill, named Zolk, Nadrin, and Pogeg. Yes.
Anyway, Nadrin, anything else?
That's it.
Okay, Dios.
Can I finally please kill this thing?
You can certainly try.
I would
He's
like.
a chunky boy.
But he's got weapons.
The
in a
Eater
gun.
of Hope is really working right now, I've got to be honest.
Yeah. How hopeless are you feeling about this
So
fight?
thematic.
I'm all right.
thematic.
I'm feeling okay. Do it be dead.
No,
God. All right.
chunky boy.
Sick to death of this thing. I'm just going to put my hand in its face and guide it, bolt it down its throat.
Okay.
Why won't you die?
Do I have flanking because Neil's there?
If it's a ranged attack roll, no, you'd be at disadvantage because it's ranged attack. But if it's a melee attack, if it's inflict wounds, then yes,
That's,
you'll
that's,
do.
that's necrotic, and I'm not stupid enough to use necrotic on something that's already undead.
You might be double undead.
You know what? I am going to take guiding bolt at disadvantage. Fuck it.
I mean, I'll be very surprised if it doesn't hit.
Yeah, I don't think this thing has a huge AC score.
I think it's 11.
That is generous.
It shouldn't have the +2 on it.
That still hits.
Yep, 16 radiant.
Okay, so and it's radiant damage as well.
Yep.
So yeah, sure enough, you place your hand in its face. You can see it try to continue swinging, but it's just about enough. As in, exactly had 16 hit points left to cause it to disintegrate.
I am bored of these undead. I'm going to take the fight to the Eater of Hope, I think.
Blessed are the words of Heliod, gave you exact damage.
Indeed.
I'm just going.
And I will let you
Here.
know now that there's none of them left. Yeah, it had an AC of 8.
Okay, I thought it was quite low.
Yeah, but it had 85 hit points. So
Hey, I chunked through it.
it was a case of chewing through it rather than actually succeeding to hit it.
Hey, it got chewed. It's
You did
dead.
well.
Does it have that weird ability where it can potentially come back to life?
Yes,
Like
unless
someone
you did radiant damage or basically it needs to make a Constitution save and throw equal to the damage it took +5. So that's why it couldn't save, even with a crit, couldn't save against Scott's impaling it with the wall.
Oh,
Yeah.
And their weakness is critical hitting them.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yes!
That's all I got.
Okay. Zolk, unless you've got some spooky magics to be able to, more ability to pull bullshit out your ass, make a death saving throw. An advantage
Advantage,
because you
Ooh.
have
Don't even
some
need it.
destiny. Although if you ever
Don't
meet that heroic destiny, I'm taking that ability away from you.
Roll it again. You might get a natural 20.
No.
That is one success. Okay. Scuts.
Always take your advantage with a death save.
all right. Let's do the granny stick. She's just gonna
Not.
charge forwards towards him and just go with the battering ram aspect of it and just bludgeon him with the blunt end of the granny stick.
Yeah,
I will remember to recklessly attack,
I mean,
but next time I'll do
okay,
it.
sure. You see it just explode into thousands, if not millions, of little pieces. Almost like bludgeoning damage does extra damage to these things.
God.
I made confetti.
It's very sharp confetti.
And she's just gonna.
But
It's disgusting, but she's just gonna like chaotically run towards the next one. I think I can ignore the rough terrain
yeah,
because of
you're
my clumsy trait.
Yep, you just barrel
I'm just
straight
gonna
through it.
barge up. Yeah.
Make your own
God.
corridor.
Yep.
Actually, hold on. I should stop like on the other side of the skeleton so I can charge him again. We'll do that.
There you go. Brain power. Thinking ahead.
Yeah. We're gonna put one turn plus another turn. Thread it together. We're doing it. All right. And I think that is it for my turn.
Okay. Sogeg.
Seeing this just amazing feat. You see the animal behind the eyes calm. It just turns into sheer Sogeg, normal hatred. And I'll just lift my Zeiston and say, "Might for mighty Scuds, destroy the evil beasties," as I'm going to run me way over here, I'm hoping.
I love how everything to Sori is a beastie.
Yes!
Doesn't matter what it is, it's just a beastie.
Everything is a beastie. It's through the power of maths, Sogeg has found the one place where I have to hit the mad guy. As Sogeg gets his ruler
Headband
out, measures...
this is the headband of intellect at
to
work.
satisfy Mogis, as I must hit the closest thing, the band of intellect, just pulsing on my head, as I point a finger to the accursed creature feasting on my friend Bennett. And I will say, face me and die. I'm going to compel duel him.
Okay.
Very nice.
Only his spell save 12, though. He's hoping...
Just makes it.
Oh, he has advantage.
He would have advantage. Good old magic resistance.
God damn it.
I remember that.
Then I'll just have to Zeiston him. Not at advantage, I didn't get damage last turn. Still will get advantage though.
A 12 is not going to hit.
Okay, then that's enough for Sogeg. Hogeg is going to...
Well, defibrillator Pogeg. The Pogeg battles.
Like someone who needs more defibrillating quicker, I'll be honest. Pogeg looks to Zolk, and through a slithered tongue, you just get the feeling they're saying, "You'll be alright." As I'm going to wheel my way over to Bennett. And Sogeg rubs his head together and bonks you, as I will heal Bennett for 9 points of health. Using my
Healing touch?
Healing touch, Paladin shenanigans.
Well, it's Protector shenanigans.
Protector shenanigans. How much did I just move then? That was 25. I'm going to move one back towards Neil in hopes that Neil gets hurt and not me.
Yeah, he definitely doesn't have a breath weapon.
He won't
Yeah,
use
we're
it
not
on
lining
poor
ourselves
little
up for
Pogeg.
a breath weapon.
I'm hoping that is a better place to breath weapon that doesn't have me in it.
Okay.
Is that my turn?
Well, it is the skeletons, so this one's going to shoot at Scuds. The charging Unibor barreling towards. Doing 2 points of piercing damage. And this one is going to move to about there. It's got two within range, so...
I think we can legitimately leave Scots to clean up the archers.
This one's going against Nadrin. For 6 piercing damage against Nadrin.
Ooh, I'm at 2.
Okay. Bennett, back up and awake. Now that you've been defibrillated by Pogeg, you are still staring down the barrel of an Eater of Hope.
Right, how far above me or away from me is this thing?
It's directly in front of you. It's literally
That's
standing
awesome.
over you.
Is it undead?
No.
No, oh wow. Okay.
You would know it is a fiend.
Okay.
It's like looking in
Right,
the
so
mirror.
I don't get the sneak attack bonus on this, but I'm just gonna stab at this little bitch. Well, big bitch.
It's a big bitch. I mean, if you want to call him a
Get
bitch
another-
and him slap you again, you're welcome for it.
Oh, yeah, I'd happily call him a bitch. Bitch. And get a shit roll.
Yeah, that's going to
again.
miss.
Right. Disengage.
The rookie
Strength in
Mythic.
numbers. I'm going back
Oh,
next to
oh,
the.
Ooh,
No.
strength
Not that way,
in numbers.
not that way,
Good
not that way.
idea.
Pogeg points these little heads away. Not that way. Love of God, not that way. Pogeg, like, just like, so that you hear a breathy, like, hair. He's like sort of miming a breath weapon.
God, do I really have a
That's
chat?
what
I didn't even
points in a
realise I
random
used this
direction.
many breath weapons on my fucking character.
You won me a metaphysical tenement.
Oh, I have to get more creative.
That's
You
what I'm
will.
saying.
Oh, Bennett, you madman.
Okay, well, it's the Eater of Hope's turn. Let's see what it's going to do.
Suspicious.
Well, in for a penny, in for a pound.
I should have run further away. This is going to stink.
At least I'm not in
I
it.
get advantage. And so
Oh, be able to.
I think I'm still dead.
No, it's going to go for more of the living, I think. Okay, so Bennett, Pogeg, Neil, and Dios. I need charisma saving throws, please.
They're
I'm
not
good at
good.
these. Oh, yes! Yes!
That's not good.
Yes!
Oh no.
Avenger! Assemble!
Okay.
I think I still died to half damage.
Neil,
Or
why?
curse.
Ooh.
Ooh.
So
Yes!
Neil.
Low.
Oh, so Pogeg, it would be 17. Oh, 7. Sorry.
Ooh.
And 14 points to Dios, Neil, and Bennett of necrotic damage. And those that took the full 14 are also cursed. So for the next minute, if it hits you with any other attacks, it does an extra 1d12 damage.
Right, I'm down again.
Surely it's fitting with your god, this sort of
Remind
endless
me
cycle of
that-
death, Bennett.
These
Beautiful,
are-
really.
both Natrin and Zolk would also still be cursed. And then it needs to. Okay, sweet.
Oh my god.
Natrin, it is your turn.
Jesus. Sweet baby Jesus.
Oh, I want a Constitution saving throw from Dios as well. For concentration.
Ooh.
I'm most.
Actually, a
only-
4. Oh no, it's not. It's still a 10 this time. 'Cause it's half.
It's
isn't
still
it?
10.
Yeah.
Yeah. Still a 10.
Just keep making you make the saves. You'll fail one eventually.
Range,
I have
aren't
+6, so it's a pretty low chance.
they? Is it 30 foot for this? Or have I just... Yeah, it's 30 foot. Okay. I am going to
Wait.
cast Enlarge Reduce on Skirts.
Which one are you going to do?
I've been wanting to do this whole fight. You just kept getting further and further away from me.
Do you want to make it bigger or smaller?
Yes.
Bigger.
Smaller, right?
Are you willingly accepting being biggened, or
Scuts is very familiar with this feeling, and she is so excited to be gigantic again. She just lets it flow.
Let
She
it flow.
accepts.
Let it flow.
Just
That sounded weird. that didn't land right. I don't know.
And my bonus action, yeet myself this way.
oh, closer to Sogag? That's a good idea.
It's a wise move. Wise. Come closer, Nadrin.
You can focus on that guy.
I mean, theoretically, you could.
play by the rules, or whatever's closest dies. Them simple rules,
I'm at
but they're the rules.
2.
Focus
Man, I
Um,
wish I had more cookies.
You should have brought Frankos with you.
Oh, he would have
You
been
had
dead.
time.
Oh god.
Oh yeah, he would have been
He
well
would've
dead.
He would have been so sad to see his family as well.
Oh yeah, there was definitely
Oh.
2 of his family that were beating up on you. Well, now just
And-
dust because both of them were disintegrated.
Cleric.
They deserved it.
Neil is gonna back a smidgy bit, and he is going to guiding spittle on.
The Eater of Hope. That's gonna miss.
God damn it, Neil!
Painful rolls. Really unfortunate.
He was getting all of his good luck out of the way earlier.
Yeah, he was.
Anything else?
I don't think I can do anything else.
Okay. Dios.
Okay, I'm going to send Buddy Cop Weapon in to do its thing. I think it can only get to there, actually.
To try and help.
Well, I've got to do something.
Yeah, it's something.
Try that for the moment. Oh. 16.
That'll hit.
Whoop, whoop. Okay. And for me, I think. Ready. It's a bit of a shame. Can I cast Daylight?
Good spell.
Is it concentration?
No.
Okay, then yeah. I mean, sure.
Do I really want to do that?
It would
No, I'll
it would
beat
blind
God.
Zolk, but sure. I mean, he's currently dying, so you don't really
You
care.
really hate this little rat guy.
I suppose I do. You know what? I am going to do something weird. We like weird. I am going to cast Sacred Flame against this skeleton at the back. Let's get rid of
Okay.
all the drops before we do anything else.
Probably smart.
It's only 3 radiant, but something.
That is something.
I am going to back the fuck off.
Probably worth it. You'd rather be fighting a skeleton than this giant demon.
I'll get to the demon thing once all the skeletons are dead.
That's fair. Zolk, a death saving throw, please. An advantage because you're bullshit, but you never know.
Oh.
Ooh.
Needed it.
God,
Ooh.
Needed it.
you're really towing the line here.
I always do.
One more success. Remember, at any point, you can give up 5 piety to bring yourself back at 1 hit point.
I'm behind on everyone already, thanks.
So, it depends. If you want to entreat your god to bring you back to life, that's the whole point. So,
You got this.
okay. Scuts, what would you like to do now that you're embiggened?
She just swipes up one of the spinal pieces from the giant. And I don't know if improvised weapon can work this way, but I'm gonna try.
Yeah, it would do.
She's gonna wind it back and just bowl it and try to aim straight through both of these guys.
Okay, it wouldn't
don't think
carry.
it'll actually
yeah,
do
it
that,
wouldn't
but
carry
yeah.
through. Depends on what you hit.
It's her intention.
How well you hit it.
1 nat 20.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe if I crit. She can recklessly attack as
Not
well, right?
for a ranged attack.
Not for
no.
this. Okay. No. Okay. All right.
Dangerous
Improvised
directly
weapon.
attack with bowling balls.
No.
Ooh.
That's gonna miss.
Just the first guy. Ah. It just like
Oh
locks
no,
onto
wait!
one
You get
of
an
the lumps
additional
on the
D4
spine.
from this because you're embiggened. So roll a D4.
Oh. Do 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 do.
Wait, that's not quite how it works, but it's close enough. No, it's still gonna miss.
All right. Well, maybe it like rolled on one of the lumps on the
Yeah,
spine.
it just
so
doesn't
went
quite hit. It's
sideways.
not perfectly round.
Yeah, that was my bad. I don't think I can do any other attacks as a bonus action. Can't just run over them. Aw.
I just realised that everything that's been hitting you with all these attacks should have been taking force damage from you as well.
Dang it. My bad. I need to remember that. Alright, so she got too excited, hurled a piece of bone, didn't do anything.
It was a big piece of
don't think
bone.
Yeah, it was maybe too big. Got a little cocky. She'll just walk right up to this guy and look down at him.
Okay. Sogeg.
See Pogeg just like he sees the fresh corpse. You see one of the heads sort of snaking towards Bennett's open wound, snapping out of it as he remembers that he is avenging. I am gonna attack the Eater of Hope with 2 swift bites, a bite 1, a bite 2.
Okay, both hit.
I feel we need a red cap.
And then I flick up some dirt in his eyes.
That is true. You could always. That's if you've still got the ability to summon red caps.
I do with Sogeg, but it's not an attack action.
True. You need to calm down
fully
first.
out of-
Which
I
you
need
could
to calm
do.
down.
You could run away and let yourself calm down, but that would require running away. Which
I
is not
tried to,
very
but then
Mogus-y.
Nadrin ran towards me. And with that, the bloodthirst must keep going, as Pogeg is going to attempt to run away from the Eater of Hope, hoping that his disadvantage is not going to hit.
Okay. Yeah, it would be a disadvantage because you spat dirt in his eyes.
I'm a dirty fighter.
15.
15 is a miss! Oh, thank God for Tough and Hind. Actually, thank God for Tough and Hind. As Pogeg offers a humble prayer to Mogus as he will continue to run away.
As he should do. Leaving Bennett to die. Which is a bit of a
Yes.
shame. But he did
I'll
try
give
and
you
save
a
him.
nod. As then it'll be Sogeg. You see Sogeg battle. I see Bennett. And I have just the uncontrolled wish to want to run over and lay my hands on such a noble warrior to bring you back to health. You see Bennett in your comatose state. You might even see Sogeg. You see like the compassion come to his eyes. And then as Nadrin moves that extra 5 feet towards me, it subtly goes back to red. As Sogeg's going to run. Although Sogeg will be kind to Nadrin, and I will run closer to the Eater of Hope. And I attempt to say out something witty, but just hear gnarled, sort of spittled screeching at the Eater of Hope. As I will demand
kill me.
demand him to duel me.
It was another wisdom save, wasn't it?
It is.
Oh, that's it. That should have been. I don't know why I did disadvantage. It should be an advantage.
your
So it's just 13.
resistance.
Yeah.
As then I will just poke him with my Zeiston.
Yeah. Super
Cheeky little
stretchy
poke.
arms.
It is magical.
Although I think your stretchy arms will be running out soon.
In 4 turns.
Oh, you actually
a
keep
minute.
track of it. Good.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Okay.
As
Stretchy
with
magical
that, I will
poke. Well
hunker-
done.
I hunker down behind my shield. They're not that crazy. I've calmed down a little bit.
Okay. Well, it is the Skeleman. The one currently cowering in front of Scuds is going to attempt to stab. Miss. And then the short bow on the other one is going to go after Pogeg as he rolls towards.
How dare you?
And miss.
Pathetic. Pogeg laughs in the face of your silly
too
skeleton.
dodgy. Okay, Bennett. Unless you've got some shady abilities to bring yourself back up from 0, I need a death saving throw, please.
No, I have no abilities to do that, so...
Ooh,
Oh,
that
dear.
is a failed save. Mark that down.
May I attempt as a? I don't know if this would count sort of as a reaction or like a free ability. I just want to shout out just towards the Eater of Hope. What is my name, Eater of Hope? Trying to get him to try and say my name and get pissed off at me.
You'll have to wait till it's his turn, which it is. And you know what? He is coming towards you.
I will say again, say my name.
Come on, was it a charisma saving throw?
It is. I think he's very good at those. Give me a sec. I need to find out. Put it down. Magical items. Helm authority. DC 15. Charisma saving throw.
16.
Oh, damn your...
So it leans down. Oh, well, it's actually sort of almost on par in height. It leans towards you. It's like, I don't even think you're worth a name. And slashes at you twice.
I don't think he's going to hit. Oh, that's a hit. That's a miss, though.
But that hit does 20 points of damage.
20 damage! Oh my god. Okay. That's a cheeky half hit. Soga goes,
Eesh.
ow! Ow!
Okay. Natrin.
Though actually, I would have one extra. So that kill.
Okay, how far away is the Eater of Hope? I think that's in range.
I mean,
Pretty sure that's in
yeah, I think so.
range.
If you just keep spitting at it.
Yeah, he's gonna guiding spittle again.
Sometimes you just gotta spit.
And that's
And
going to miss.
he's gonna miss
Neil.
again. He's really bad at this
Neil.
today.
He got one off. It's just, he's drying out.
Neil.
Performance anxiety. One in 4
You can't
eelhounds
get the
can't
spit
always spit. A long day at work.
Just dribbling in the middle of a battlefield.
I mean, he could start dribbling if he wanted to do his grace around everywhere.
I don't see that being particularly useful
Grease,
at the moment.
the most useful D&D spell.
That makes everybody fall over.
I am going to.
You could also help Zolk up if you wanted to. You don't have to, but you could.
I really shouldn't I?
I mean, you don't really
Don't
have
have
to, because I'm pretty sure he's going to succeed another death save, which is an advantage with him. I mean, he'd still be unconscious, not doing anything, but he wouldn't be dying.
The sooner I'm back up, the sooner I can go back down
I
again.
feel like one of us needs to help.
He also has
Bennett.
a pocket full of healing items, so you could always rummage through his pockets.
Yes.
Just nickel his
Yeah,
items.
can I do that?
Nick his battle axe.
So it is an action to rummage through his items, but you can take some of his stuff if you want. What do you want to take?
What's the thing that brought me back?
So he should have 9 more sealer's leaves.
Okay. Can I have, just have one of them
Ooh.
in my hand?
Okay, yeah, you can have one of them in your hand.
Okay.
I think
Also,
to remember
potion
that
of
fast.
greater healing, but I'm gonna chug that when I get up.
I mean, you
Okay.
could take his potion of greater healing. It is there. It's up to you if you want it.
I mean, I could just pour it into his mouth next turn.
Yeah, you could.
Would you prefer me do that?
If I succeed on the check, I can't do it myself, right?
No, you'd still be
The
unconscious.
stable.
Yeah, take it.
Okay, I'll take that instead then.
I mean, you could take all of them if you want. It's not really. I'm not going to limit you on how many items you can nick off his body. It's more that you're using your action to nick all of his items.
If you
I'll
want
keep-
the-
I'll keep one of the leaves. I'll keep the leaf for myself, just one of them.
Okay.
Never know when it might be useful. And I'll have the potion ready to give it to him
Okay.
when I can.
Any bonus actions?
I don't think I actually have any bonus actions.
Any movement?
Oh shit.
Move down a bit.
There we go.
Okay. Okay.
I forgot about that.
I was hoping you were like, no. I'm like, okay, and then you just slide away.
Just
You start
oops.
floating away. Okay, Dios.
Okay. Oh, right. Okay. I'm gonna run, jump, and drive my pike into the chest of this thing.
Okay.
That's not advantage.
You successfully pike this thing from height.
And as I spin round, you see his hand glow slightly, and this like a spark flies from his hand and moves towards Bennett as I cast Healing Word.
Is it 6 foot range?
I think it's
Right.
longer than that. I think it might be 120 feet.
I know it's quite a long range one, but yeah.
60 foot. Yeah.
Go ahead and roll.
I'm just dropping down a first level spell. And Healing Word. At level 1,
Look
get
at
7
that,
healing.
7 healing. Look at that, healing
Max
your
roll.
rival. I'm impressed.
Well,
Thank
takes
you
a
very much.
pantheon to bring a demon down.
So,
I've got to lead these idiots somehow.
yep.
I
These
reset the death
idiots are
saves
your
after that?
responsibility. Yeah, you would reset your death saves as well, yeah.
That's cool.
Then movement, because I'm going to assume that Scots is going to turn this other one into dust eventually. I'm just going to clamber on top of this thing.
Okay.
That'll be it.
Zolk, a death saving throw, please. Okay, you are now stabilized. Oh, not stabilized. You are stable, but you aren't conscious. So you're still down, but you are not currently bleeding to death.
We can change that.
Okay. Scuts, what would you like to do? Oh,
Is
God.
he small enough? It's never good. Is he small enough for me to pick him up and use him as an improvised weapon?
Yes, he would be.
Yes!
Pick him up and beat him against the floor.
She's just gonna pick him up like a kitten by the scruff of the neck and just like do a little circle and hook him.
Okay,
Full
so...
force at the Eater of Hope.
Okay, so first of all, let's see if you
I like
actually grab him. So I need you to make a athletics check at advantage because you're raging. And it will also need to
Still
make
so
one
bigger than him.
because you are more than one size bigger than him. At least you're also... Okay, yeah, you've got him.
He ain't going anywhere.
There you go. So you've currently picked him up. Go ahead and make an improvised weapon attack roll against the Eater of Hope. Okay, that's going to miss, but you're still going to lob the skeleton into him, or at least near him, as it face plants into the ground.
Taking damage?
Let's have a look at how much damage that's going to end up taking. Oh, wrong. Roll it. Okay. So ability to do it this way. Yeah, he's dead. He just sort of he hits the ground and just sort of scatters into pieces.
She shrugs and then she's going to I don't want to get too close to other people, do I? Breath weapon, breath weapon.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, but you also need to get close to kill it. So
I do.
True.
I'm not afraid. All right. I don't want to be right next to them though. I'll move 30 feet up this way.
okay, nice and close to Sogeg. Sorry,
I mean-
the Eater of Hope's closer. Don't worry, it's okay.
We'll give him a big bro hug and calm him down. It's fine. or get shanked. It's good. All right. That is the end of my turn.
Okay, Sogeg.
Sogeg just like looks up. He just shouts out, "I appreciate the confetti, loyal subjects, but the creature's not dead yet." So let's not shower with bones just yet. Sogeg's gonna do the good old Acronian trick. So I'm gonna take a single step backwards.
Okay, it would get an attack opportunity.
Yep, I'll take the attack opportunity. I want to get the advantage on being on hitty. Yep, that's a miss. That's good. Thank God.
You wouldn't get the advantage because it hasn't done damage to you. So
It did last turn.
oh, it did last turn, didn't it? Yeah.
It did a shitload of damage to me last turn. Did too much damage
Oh
to
yeah,
me.
that's fair.
Sogeg still licking his wounds. He takes a step back as I call on the powers of Mogis to guide my strike. As you are going to be a fiend, so fucking hell, yeah, I'll blinding smite it. I'll chuck on a blinding smite.
Okay, so
Wow, that's a bad roll. Ah, well,
well,
doesn't matter.
you need to hit it first, but
Here's the hope. As I throw that on, I might even throw in another smite as well. If I do a big hit. Bless my blade. Hoya! Wow, that's
that
not
is
good.
going to hit. Now, are you adding additional smite onto that? First of all, yeah, it makes the save against the
Jesus.
blinding smite, so it still takes damage, but it's
Oh,
not.
plus 5 gods. Jesus. Oh my God.
Yeah, but it's not blinded. So
Then I am going to. Ooh, do I want to throw?
so that would be
No, I don't.
20 points of
No.
damage. So yeah, definitely hurt him.
As I will just hide behind my little old shield.
Okay.
Hogeg is going to. Hogeg gonna do. Hogeg's gonna just keep spread, keep away from everyone. Hogeg's gonna run up here.
Just start doing its rounds. Yeah.
Rounds. Whee! I'm rolling.
Okay.
Hogeg is gonna go here, and then use. Wait, is that a full action? I think it is. Sorry, give me a sec. Yeah. He's just gonna end where he
Okay.
was.
Bennett.
Right, I'm keeping my distance from this thing. Not that it matters because it's got breath weapons, but
It keeps
That's a
rolling a 6
tenner.
on the recharge.
It does keep rolling a 6 on its
It's gotta
recharge.
stop. Naughty Eater of Hope. Naughty.
right, I'm going to back away from it a bit, and then
Be careful
fire
going
at it
into
with
the
a short
water.
bow. Oh wait, is that water? Shit. Okay.
Do not jump in the river Styx. For the love of God.
Styx cannons are great.
Right,
We need
sure.
one.
I've got to have one good roll this evening.
You can certainly try. That's not
No.
going to be the one.
Not me.
Fucking hate roll 20.
Yeah,
Get a good roll.
Soon TM.
Roll
think
20
Bennett would
really
roll bad
hates
in-
you.
In your own realm as well, in the realm of the dead.
I mean, you're not in the
Unfortunate.
underworld. You are still in the mortal realm, but
It's just a bit
Oh,
grim in
yeah.
here.
it's
There's
just
nothing else
you're
I can
very
do.
close to like an entry into the underworld, so it's all grim and full of dead things. Okay.
Right, staying put.
Hold.
So, the Eater of Hope is going to open its arms wide. You have fought impressive for Godsworn, but I can offer you more. Surrender, give up. And I can promise you more than what I gave that pathetic noble.
My pike is already slowly moving towards his face. Don't know about anyone else, but the bloodlust is set in, and I don't think Sogeg's going to stop stabbing.
So I'm assuming no one's taking him up on his offer?
No.
Oh,
Absolutely not.
okay, fantastic.
Pogeg tips. Wait, Pogeg tips a little old cap.
As he
then he
flies
hisses at him.
up to about here. And then I
Oh, you
need
rude
Scuds and Pogeg to make a charisma saving throw, please.
Oh, Pogeg's dead. No. Poor Pogeg.
Oops,
Oh,
that
God,
should
poor
not have been
Pogo.
an advantage.
Okay, as you both take 38 points of necrotic damage.
Gosh dang it.
He's not fully dead, but he's close to dead.
Oh
The
no.
barbarian goes down.
Yeah, barbarian.
No!
Oh, Sogeg's mad.
So where is your hope now? And then roll another sex, so it's coming back.
This is my pike is like wheeling around right now. It's slowly making its way over to the Eater of Hope. Oh, Eater of Hope, fuck off! You curse you! You're eating my hope right now. You're eating my hope. Oh god, I'm just going to jump in the river stick.
Okay, Nadrin, what would you like to do?
God. What is this?
I am gonna give Zolk that healing potion.
Okay, it's a potion of greater healing. So let me have a look at how much that heals. Would be 20 points of healing to Zolk.
Oh. That's more than I thought.
Yeah, because of the rarity of potions, I don't tend to make your roll. I always take the max for healing potions because they also take a full action to consume as well. So
Fair enough.
Homie.
I saw some interesting homebrew rulings about potion taking.
yeah, this isn't Dark Souls. You can't, chug it in the middle of a fight.
Unless you find a magical item of greater potion drinking.
Or you get an epithet for magic tricks and being able to pull one out of your pocket and drink it straight away.
I can pull a coin from your ear, but I can't make you a.
Did it not say you can use an item as a bonus action?
Am I going crazy? And did I somehow not read that amazing bit?
Yeah, you could use a bonus action to take the use an object item.
Okay. So Sogeg might have to go quick fingered. Oh my god, that's amazing.
Yeah.
And I am gonna also move over here.
Okay.
Is Neil going to go?
And
Neil's turn?
Neil is going to. How far does he have to go?
Neil might have to start being the tank soon.
He's got the hit points for it. Just doesn't have the armor.
I think. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's in
that's in
range
range, yeah.
now. And he is gonna.
Come on, you
Come
can do
on! Come on, hit!
it. Nope.
Oh,
my
Neil, you're so shit
God.
today.
Come on. How many times, if you've ever had a spitting contest, you're running out of it? His mouth's all dry. He's just trying to gum forward whatever. Trying to inject it with this new bioluminescence he's got.
He's not used to it yet.
The gods have truly abandoned
Performance anxiety. He's lost his hope.
us. He's amazingly in theme.
Okay. Dios.
Cool. Body caught weapon first. Unlikely to do much, but it is what it is.
It's extra damage if it hits.
It is what it is. I've lost it. There it is.
And that does hit.
Cool.
Very nice.
Then I've got 2 of these left, or at least 2 of these to do. So if I miss this one, I can potentially do it again. I am going to cast Guiding Bolt, but I'm going to upcast it to level 2.
Okay.
Please be good. It's good!
That's good.
Oh.
That is very good.
As you
Finally.
stand atop the skull of a fallen titan, push your arm forward and praise the name of Heliod.
Can I flavour this one?
You're more than welcome to.
I would like to take a knee, say a prayer to Heliod, thank him for his bountiful blessings. As I stand up, I'll throw my pike up into the air, catch it in a spear, like a spear, and as I say the incantation for Guiding Bolt, I launch it as my pike, but empowered with the Guiding Bolt, and I just go straight through its heart.
And it pierces clean through it
It's good!
as it sort of looks at itself, trying to desperately claw as you see it start to disintegrate. Almost panic setting into its eyes of, no, I'm not going back. I will come for you again, heroes. I will not rest. As he disintegrates, as he is cast back into the underworld.
And all the
Mr.
while that's happening,
Champion to
Bennett's
you.
giving him the finger.
That was 49 points of damage in that spell.
That was very nice.
That was
Can I
well done.
scuttle over as fast as possible, feeling the mist go from my eyes, and just pat the shit out of my two fallen friends here and lay on hands them both.
I'll recover my pike.
I will pat Pogeg and Skuts for 5 health. You fought well.
It's a good thing you do,
Not that
sir.
well.
Because you have successfully defeated the Eater of Hope, which does complete the Ordeal of Heliod. So I need to adjust
And I got
a couple of things.
Killing blow. I'm quite happy with that.
That couldn't have been timed better to get a crit right at the end.
Yeah. Guiding bolt saving the day. That's the second time I've killed one of your big bats with a guiding bolt.
Thank you for reminding me of that one.
Can I ask the pressing question of, is that going to be a level up after that?
Why would you ask that? Why would you just steal my thunder?
That was hard.
Why would you take that away from me? In fact, because you've taken that away from me, no, you don't get to level up.
Can we all, but Bennett doesn't?
Yeah.
I was going to be like, right, once I've sorted out this divine epithet and the new upgrade for Dios's equipment, you'd all get to level up. But no, I guess you're just so impatient. You just can't wait.
Well,
Yeah, okay, yeah, you level up. You all go up to level 5.
Oh, thank Christ.
Yay.
Did somebody say fireball?
Wait, do I get multi-attack
I
at
didn't.
level 5?
Fireball is unethical.
I have fireball now.
Fucking
Wait,
clerics weren't bad enough to begin with.
You have fireball.
You ready to get piked twice a turn? You never see it
But
coming.
then again, yeah, level 5. The difference between level 4 and level 5 is that one of the biggest jumps in level
It's
anyway.
such a
So,
nice level. And Pogeg. little beastie.
so Dios, you should have the Deliverer of Hope divine epithet. So divine epithets work similar to cursed ones, only that basically they're rewards for ordeals.
Oops.
They are always active so long as your piety is above the minimum requirement.
Ignore that.
And you should also have disillusion ability for your armor.
Have a look what it all does.
You might recognize one of them.
Epithet. Divine epithets. There we go. Piety requirement 25. I think I managed that.
Well, basically, yeah, if your piety ever goes below 25, you lose it. But it's essentially because you got it for this particular ordeal.
I'm feeling like wasting my luck. Seeing this just glorious battlefield and just the blood spilled everywhere, I'd like to use my divine intervention. Is I'm just going to call up to Mogis
Sure, okay.
and just shout out, "Can you not see the blood these brave souls have bled for you, Mogis? Give them reward." I'm going to ask Mogis to heal us up a little bit.
I mean,
just in respect for how
you're
much
leveling
more
up,
blood.
so you're essentially having a long rest.
I'm just trying to take credit for the level up.
Yeah.
It fails, but I'm taking credit for everyone healing, by the way. That was Mogis, and no one forget that. Oh, you immune to blind. Jesus.
And death. And magical darkness, so I can see through magical darkness.
So it's any effect that would obscure your senses.
Why on earth would you give him that? Only
yeah.
yourself to blame. Jesus.
I got true sight.
Ridiculous.
Not quite true sight.
It's like a
But
both true sight.
it's half true sight. You can't see invisible creatures and stuff like that, but say if Pogeg spat dirt in your eyes, you wouldn't really be affected by it.
Talking of Pogeg, I'm just going to cradle him in my arms, put him back in my pocket, pat him on the head and say, "You did good, Pogeg. You did good."
Well,
Now, sort of like squeegee.
Good roll for health as well for Scots.
I'm just going to squeegee out my my cloak of blood. I feel like I've got a lot of blood in it at the moment, and just squeegee it onto a Pogag. It's getting nice and
not
bathed
quite,
in it.
but close. It needs to be of dead things, you know this.
Oh no, I just wanted to have some blood on it.
I'm just going to add
Nice.
my extra 18 spells to my character sheet.
Level
you get
3
level 2
spells now, yeah.
I like it.
Lots of fireballs.
Well,
Clerics don't normally
Two.
get fireball.
yeah, clerics don't normally get it. Clerics get enough other bullshit to go through. Then again, yeah, Fireball has a lot to compete with when it comes to level 3 cleric spells.
I get meld into stone. We all remember how that went.
You've got my favourite
Stone's a
one, which
great
is
spell.
Sending, which if ever you get to a long rest without using a pull of your 3rd level spells, you just use all of those to piss off everybody.
Come on, Pogag.
I want to talk to
Ooh,
the
Pogag,
king
yeah,
of
Pogag.
whoever. Like, okay,
We can talk to Frankos.
yeah, you could just stay
No
in
matter
touch with
where we are.
Frankos.
Is that 2 crit fails you just rolled in a row?
Yep, Pogag and Sogeg did not get very lucky there.
I went for the average
Roll
on mine.
20
Big rip.
is not playing nice tonight.
Really isn't.
I don't know. I did all right.
Into it.
Yeah, you're really quiet.
I hate my microphone sometimes.
That's better.
Is that better?
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah.
If I slightly knock my microphone a tiny bit away, it's like, nope, can't hear you.
So roll a d8. So he gets 7 more hit points. And he also, let's have a look.
Let me use that. 97.
He is a warrior, isn't he?
Yeah.
So level 3 warrior. So he'd get improved criticals. So he gets a critical hit on a 19 or 20.
Nice.
Wait, is this leveling up? Oh yeah, how do
For Neil.
I'll
Oh,
have a look.
for a Pogag, if you have a look, let's have a look. What is his? So yeah, you'd also roll a d8 and add 1 for his health.
I've already done that. Big rip.
And then he is a protector, isn't he?
Yes.
So level 3 protector, he gets protective, which means he can use his reaction to impose disadvantage on the attack roll of a creature within 5 feet of it whose target isn't itself, provided it can see them.
Isn't that what protected is?
Oh no! What level? What level did he get to? What
So I
level did
guess
he
this will
start
be
at?
He's challenge rate and a half, so I guess.
Oh right, so he's up to level 5. All right, then he doesn't get anything. Let's have a look. So, oh yeah, make sure everybody's proficiency bonuses go up, and anything that goes off your proficiency bonus goes up to a 3. So his main upgrade is that his healing presence goes up to 12, but other than that,
nice.
there's nothing else.
Like that.
So yeah, anything that is based off your proficiency bonus is now a 3 instead of a 2. Also, we need to look at your major agendas.
We do.
I need to make sure I've got my notes up to...
I need to add all my spells.
So, Nadrin, you haven't returned to the oceans, so no on that one. Because you decided to wander towards Cetessa instead of towards the coastline.
Not my
Right.
fault.
Definitely give what the reward to Scots on that one. As you did go out of your way to make sure all of your companions followed their passions.
Oh,
All your friends.
nice.
Just
got
want
to
to see
so
them
wholesome.
thrive and be happy.
She's so wholesome.
Oh, thanks, Guts. I will keep killing.
It just warms her heart when she sees that smirk on your face when you're just like splattering blood everywhere in the glory of battle.
Definitely give
It's the little
that
things in life.
to Zolk as well. As you have collected as many toxins and poisons as you could possibly could. I mean, there's a couple that you've missed, but you collected quite a few. I'm going to say no for Soge because you haven't really done anything about the peaceful nature of Theros. Definitely for Dios, you have established yourself as the leader of this pantheon of heroes. At least in your own eyes.
Yeah. And I make it happen when it counts.
And well, you missed the games where you faced all the returned. You did punish a lot of the undead in this one, so I'll allow Bennett to also get this one as well.
What do I get for that? I've forgotten.
Next session, I will give you either an upgrade to your legendary item. So you know at the very beginning you picked one of your items to be your legendary equipment. I think for yourself you had the Soul Reaver. That'll get a new ability, or if it's something that doesn't quite fit to your weapon, it'll be a divine gift. So an additional ability that is outside of everything else.
Ooh.
Okay, so unless there's anything else you need help on leveling up,
I'm good.
Is there anything else you want to do while you're at the blood tree?
I think we need to start piling through where he was sitting.
Good call.
I might have a different plan on the mind. Can I have someone on hand in case I need healing very quickly?
I'm going to
No.
stick my finger up in the air and cast daylight and put a flare of daylight over the whole place so we can actually see what we're doing.
Okay.
I will offer
I
an
will.
arm to Zolk. So I'll scuttle delightfully over, not delightfully, sort of word, casually over, and say, "I see the look in your eyes, Zolk. You need a healer, but that old battle has been and done now. You've got to prove your might to me.
I'll do.
I'll be your healing jockey if you beat me in a cheeky little old arm wrestle.
Of course.
Because I can't lose every time."
Are you sure about that?
Do you accept these terms?
Let's see if you can prove yourself right.
I believe in athletics.
Remember, you'd be at disadvantage, Zolk. One, because of the daylight that Theos has just cast, but two, because Sogeg is so much bigger than you.
Alright, okay.
Oh.
Aww.
It's a good thing you're at disadvantage. Hey, 1-1!
So I cram him into the dirt. That really obnoxious thing. I just wheel your arm around. I just spin in circles with Zolk, just his arm buried in the ground. And I just get in your face. You lose! You lose, Zolk.
Don't care.
But Mogis
find out what
prides those who try. And seeing the little cut on your little paw. So you've bled for Mogis. I will help you, Zolk.
I'm jumping in the water.
Oh, for love of God, I don't think I can help you for
no.
that. I don't think I can help you with that one.
Okay.
You would. Why? Why would you do that? My band of intelligence.
Go ahead
I
and
can
make
now breathe underwater, and I want to see if this gives me a disease.
go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh God.
You start swimming down. The water is frigid cold. Almost unbearably cold. But hey, you can for some reason breathe water. How the hell are you breathing water?
Eldritch invocations.
Why would you take that out of all invocations? Why would you take the one that lets you breathe underwater?
So you could swim in the river Styx.
For this reason.
Obvious.
Okay, fair enough.
You gotta respect it.
As you start swimming down, you start thinking, why did I start swimming down? Wait, where am I in the first place? Who am I in the first place?
I put my Zeiston in the water, attempting to rod out the rat.
You're under the effects of feeble mind.
Can I please wiggle my Zeiston in the water trying to fish him out?
Yeah, welcome to Styx Water. This is Styx Water Light as well. The saving throw is quite low, but
I'm actually gonna attack Zolk. So I'm gonna try and literally jab him so I can pull him out that way. Can I attempt to hit Zolk? I want to save the rat.
Failed save. Your intelligence and charisma scores become 1. You can't cast spells, activate magic items, understand language, or communicate in any intelligible way. You can, however, identify your friends, follow them, and even protect them.
Alright. How long does that last for?
You're not entirely sure.
I might have to heal you.
At the moment, you're not really entirely sure of anything.
Definitely going Zolk fish.
Go on and make an attack roll and see if you can actually spear into his clothes and pull him back out.
Here we go.
What's your AC, Zolk?
16, sorry.
Oh,
Can I go over and help with shape water or something?
Sure. You'd be able to essentially take the 5-foot cube of water he is within, lift it out of the water, and then dump him out without having to touch the water yourself. As well.
Yeah, let's get the idiot out of the water.
While you are very much still on the mortal plane, and any water of this particular variety isn't as potent as the Tartrix River, it still has a little bit of flavouring.
I'll slap Zolk on the back with a cheeky
It's an
lay of hands.
unforgettable flavour, let's put it that way.
Okay. Well, science was done.
Oh no, that does nothing.
Oh.
No, he's under the effects of us. You'd need a greater restoration if you want to bring him back before the time limit runs out, if there is a time limit.
So it's not a disease.
No, it's essentially a curse or a spell effect.
I look at him, I'll shake at him and say, looks like you're going to be a poo brain forever, Zolk. I'm sorry.
What changed?
We could put him out of his misery.
You
I'll
just
start raising my
drooling,
Zeiston.
I could put him in my shirt.
Yeah, you never know. The cure
It's
might
the
be
only
in there.
way. It is
That's
the
nothing
only
more than a
way.
moving target at this point.
Can I use my magic rope to tie one of those leashes you see that parents put on their little kids when they go to the fair?
Yes.
Not because of his current state, but because of how he got in his current state.
Oh yeah, you would be down to normal size as well there.
Oh yeah, no more.
There's
huge
nothing
studs.
wrong with my brain and my decision making here.
I don't know whether you heard the 3 players that have taken to Avernus comment on Styx Water before.
Styx water is bad. We've said this for the last 3 sessions.
You never said why.
I mean, you had to learn.
You're going to Avernus.
Eh?
Oh dear Lord, I don't think I have anything to even help him. I don't have greater restoration. Not high enough level for that.
Endless gut.
Well,
That's a
we
5th
had
level
used
spell.
that potion. We sort of used the potion for
only
it.
on me. I summon a red cap because I didn't get to use it before. I'm going to
Okay.
gore soaked.
Where do you want to summon it?
Just here in front of me. I've got a
Okay.
plan.
So you summon forth a red cap.
I will look at it and
love
say,
red cap.
"Minion, heal Zolk of his madness." That's my command.
Oh, I could do
You never
something like that. And he goes over and starts
Make
stamping
him
on him.
I just look at it, pondering and going, "This might work." I don't know much about medicine, but this might work.
So, first of all, it's just going to move towards you and drop kick you. So, I need a dexterity saving throw from Zolk.
Like he's just like the mini me, like 2-footed.
Okay, good. As you just about managed to Mr. Bean stumble your way out of the way of him double drop kicking you. Are you going to continue letting the red cap continue to do whatever the fuck it's doing?
I ask myself to make a wisdom check. Just to, ooh. I look at it with sort of real quizzical. I just think, don't think this is working. I look to the red cap and I say, "Red cap,
What?
you jump. That water there. There's lots of nice fishies to kill in that water. You jump in there and kill them for me."
Are you using your reaction? Oh, it doesn't. As long as it doesn't violate its alignment. Let's have a look. Yeah, sure.
It's helping Zolk.
It just turns around and leaps into it, and sinks very, very quickly, almost like it's wearing metal shoes.
I smile. Another perished soul for Mogis. I'll spawn 1,000 of them if it means Mogis will keep happy. Well, I'm out of ideas. There's nothing to be done for Zolk. I tried to kill him with a red cap. Didn't work. With a thunk it.
I would like to try a divine intervention.
Okay, yeah, you can certainly try.
And what does it have to roll?
A D100. It's got to be below your piety score.
Come on, below a 14.
Believe.
That's not
Oh.
below
not gonna
a
do it.
14.
You can see.
I tried.
Zolk, you're also welcome if you wanted to divinely intervene or ask the will of the people to see if they remember
Can he
you.
speak?
He'll point upwards, and you'll hear a garbled nothing. That's a no.
Yeah, it gets no response. Almost like your god's just
can't.
like, what the fuck did you do?
I can't see this. I can't see it. I will walk up to Zolk as well, and I will go. Whisper to him. Mogis demands bloodshed, and in this sorry frame, you're not good enough for that. As I will call on the gods.
You've already
Leave it to Mogis
you've
to
already,
decide.
Done a
Isn't it
divine
after long
intervention.
rest? I thought it was long rest.
Is it once per long rest? I thought it was once per day.
Or is it once per day? Tragic if it is once per day, because that is a success.
Pretty sure it's
My bad. I thought it was I'll get my notes up. Why is that empty? Divine intervention.
I think Granny knows how
yeah,
to
I don't think
fix
I've
this.
worded it overly well as to how many times you can do it. I think I'm going to say it's once per day you can do it. If you succeed, it can't be repeated for another 7 days. So yeah.
Okay. It's like a light. Well, yeah, essentially a light version of cleric. Divine
Yeah,
intervention.
it's supposed to not be as powerful as the cleric's one, but
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
also something a lot of people can do. So
Fair play. Fair play.
yeah, the
My
one time
prayers
it
go unanswered.
succeeds.
You were warned.
You know what?
Tragedy.
Can I give it a shot? I know everybody's doing it, but like Scut sees him trying to pursue his passions, and she's gonna reach out to Purpose and be like, "Dude, bro, like he tried and he beefed it. Can you help him? He's like doing it."
If you want to, sure.
Oh, that's so kind.
If Perforos doesn't help, I'm gonna give him the middle finger. Help my rat friend.
Nope, he definitely
okay.
does not.
Perforos, get out of here. We're going back to Granny.
I mean, you can reach into your granny bag and see if there's anything in there.
I can. Granny said the gods are useless, so I didn't have much hope to begin with, but I have a shard of marble that trails motes of light when in starlight, and I'm gonna hand it to Zolk so maybe he can like draw pictures for us. Even if they're not cohesive, they'll be glowy and nice to look at.
Oh, like our mascot.
He'll attempt to draw Farika. Where is it? You get a decent picture of Farika.
No, it would be your charisma is currently at 1, so it would be at a -5, so it'd be a 10.
Okay, it's a 10. Never mind.
It wouldn't be a 10.
No, it
would
wouldn't.
It would be way less than that.
Sorry, it would.
Sorry to dob you in.
Yeah, it would be a 6.
Okay, you've got a stick figure.
Somehow the drawing gets worse and worse as you go on and on. It started off looking pretty good. Oh no.
That happens often.
I know that feeling way too much.
So, was there anything else you would like to do at the blood tree?
That
Other
was I
than
want to waste.
dive in the fucking water.
I'm going to
There's a
start
bowl.
rummaging through the mound that this Ichigo was sat on. Hopefully, he was sat on a pile of nice loot.
So, okay, make an investigation check for me.
Dope. It's no good.
So it seems to be mostly made of sort of a strange crystalline sort of build-up that sort of formed out of the ground. You get the feeling that this is the salt that Frankos was on about the last time you spoke to him. But you'd assume that the Eater of Hope wasn't there last time he had a poke at it. You can vaguely see shapes inside it, but other than that, there's no treasure.
Dios, you forget you've got to really dive in deep. Could I please also attempt to investigate with Pogeg giving me blessed? I'll use his bless to bless me.
Okay, sure.
He only gets to use it once for short rest. Come on, investigation.
Okay.
You got to get in deep, Dios, deep.
So there are definitely some kinds of treasure within, but you'd have to dig your way through the salt to get to it.
Can I call Scots over and say that we have an inanimate object that needs reducing to dust?
Before or after I dip, you're looking over there, and Scuds is like holding Zolk on the rope over the water.
So I'm assuming you're going into the blood around the blood tree.
Oh
Curious.
God!
Well, it's a magical rope, so I'm gonna dunk him in and have the other end of the magical rope tie
fuck's sake.
itself
Right,
to
hold
something,
on.
so he can't
Oh,
go
Zolk.
too far.
And this is where we lose our first character.
I'm gonna tell the rope to pull him out if it needs to. It'll be real slow, but it I think can retract itself, unless that's not how that works.
No,
Please tell
not
me.
quite. You can essentially tell
Okay.
it to go 10. Basically, pick a direction within 60 feet, and it takes 6 seconds to move 10 feet in a particular direction. But it
So
just
I could tell it to like
moves.
wrap a rock and just sit there.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
Okay, I can
Zolk
fish him
would
back
want
out.
to
That's
go in.
fine. All right. So as she like
Hold on.
lets Zolk swim in his kiddie pool, she's gonna stomp over and give the granny stick a good old whack against the structure that Dios pointed at. Honestly, without asking any additional questions, there's a lot going on right now. A lot of people are pointing and asking, and that's people pleasing, I guess.
Could I
So
pocket
granny
some of the salt
stick.
first, just before the pile gets blown up.
Right. Just go back to where we were dunking salt, because I was looking up the actual lore of the blood tree so I could work out what the fuck was going to happen. So
Slow down.
yeah, slow down. Let's do one thing at
More
once.
things, more
So
things. I jump in the sticks.
I need diseases.
so
I don't think this is the way to do it.
are you putting the feeble-minded Zork into the liquid around the blood tree?
I mean, personally, Diaz can't tell the difference between feeble-minded Zog and post-feeble-minded Zog. It's still the same ratto idiot. Now he's just quieter.
With added idiot now.
He looked like he
Drawing
wanted to go
pictures.
in, so I was just trying to be helpful and let him follow his passions.
Well, does he want to go in?
Yes.
Okay. Roll a d20 for me.
God.
Like a toddler being sad when you don't let it like put its hand in a blender.
I'll stay over here.
Okay. You are slowly dunked into the viscous red liquid. It is difficult to breathe through, even with the ability to breathe underwater, but it isn't going to make you suffocate. Other than that, it is quite dense, so it's hard to see through. Do you want to keep being lowered into the water?
Diseases, but I don't know if this is a good idea.
If you want to keep
I'm
being
going with
lowered.
Sogek.
Okay, roll another d20 for me.
Only get better.
Okay. So the rope continues lowering you further and further in. It seems to go on quite far. Until a jolt and the rope comes loose. As it seems to be actively the water seems to be actively eating through the rope.
Oh no.
It'll start splatting around.
So you're currently about 20 feet underwater, and it's quite viscous liquid as well. Let me quickly look
Begin
something
flailing.
up. Make an attack roll.
Oh god.
We need to rescue Zolk.
Maybe.
I can
Maybe.
make my weapon have a 30-foot range, and I could just skewer him and pick him up if we need. Putting that out
So
there.
make it, melee attack roll.
Come on, Zolk.
I mean, that's a d20, not a melee attack roll, but okay.
I don't see. I don't
He
see
is
an option for
feeble-minded.
just
So
that.
you'd be at -5 to that, so yes, okay. Nothing in particular happens. But you do take 4 points of necrotic damage, as you can... Well, you can't really tell what's going on. It just hurts.
Guts, what's happening?
Okay, I was gonna ask. You said to pause things, so are we pausing things like, is Scuts walking away? Is Scuts still there?
Oh,
How
so
do we
did
wanna
you
treat
tie...
this?
You tied the top of the rope off, didn't you? And walked away?
Either way, yes. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, we'll move on to the next thing now. Well,
Okay.
Zolk's currently...
He's
so I'm just going to move
angered.
Zolk into the room to remind me that he's dying. So, okay. So, what was the next thing you wanted to do?
I had stomped over here. We're just checking off the to-do list. Put the rat in the water. Hit the structure Dios is pointing at with the granny stick.
Could I pick up some of the salt before it gets obliterated into 10,000 pieces?
I mean,
I want a nice chunky
surely,
bit.
do you want one big chunk of...
It looks like
so-
crystalline solid. It doesn't quite look like... I want a nice crystal of it.
Okay.
Pure stuff.
Make an athletics check, see if you can rip a piece off before.
Oh, I'm feeling mighty.
Oh yeah, you do rip off a nice chunk of death salt.
Tastes and smells divine.
Okay, Scuds, make an attack roll with the granny stick. Double damage because of...
I already rolled. I don't know if you want to keep it
Oh,
or
okay,
not.
we go for that
I
one.
rolled a
That's fine.
17 and
Uh,
16 bludgeoning.
so
which would
it'll be
be-
32. So yeah, sure enough, you powderize a huge chunk of this. It's quite a big mound of salt. It would take quite a while to dig through it, but you do loosen it up quite a little bit, including knocking free a couple of the items within. So, are you digging through them?
Absolutely.
No, I'm going back to task 1.
So, let's have a look. We'll do...
Everybody else wants to dig through it. I did the thing I was asked.
Did Scuts, do you, essentially, when you're walking away, are you saying, like, oh shit, Zolt's drowned, or are you just, like, casually walking off?
Okay.
Well, I was dipping him in the water, and then Dios called me over to do a thing, so I tied him off so he didn't sink, and I went over and I knocked down the thing Dios pointed at, so now I am wandering back to the thing I was originally doing.
So, Dios, are you looking inside? To see what's
Absolutely.
there? There is a statuette of Atheros. It doesn't seem to be magical in any particular way. It does seem to be valuable at the very least.
I'll keep hold of it.
So yeah, it is a non-magical statuette of Atheros. Atheros.
Okay.
Okay. Scott, as you head back to where you last left Zulk, you can see the rope floating on the top of the water with nothing attached to the end.
Oh. You guys, we have a problem.
Yes, it's Zolk.
Scuttle over.
My rope wasn't magic enough.
Zulk, you take 16 points of necrotic damage.
Oh god. Okay, I think we need to fish Zolka. I'll say,
Swim up.
how deep is he? How deep is he?
It's probably about 20 foot deep.
Fucking, I'm just... Zolk, this is gonna hurt. I'm gonna use my, oh fuck no. Shit. We either jump in and fish him out, or I stab him and then potentially he's just dead.
You can,
Actually, no,
you're
can I
quite
miss him?
close to
Fine.
the underworld, so if you let him die, you can go and bring him back.
I'm Eldritch Mauling. I'm actually gonna have to use Eldritch Maul.
Unless you crit, I'm probably not dead.
As I'm just attempting to literally skewer Zolk so I can fish him out.
Okay, make an attack
I'm guessing
roll.
he's very much at disadvantage. Or can I see him?
I would say it would be at disadvantage because you're essentially stabbing through an ooze.
Yeah. I get blessed still, though. Good on you, Spogag.
That's
Go on,
gonna
big
miss.
bless.
Oh, a 16. 16 meets his AC, so...
That is equal.
Do I skewer the little
As
rat?
you do 11 points of piercing damage to Zolk, but yes, he is currently on the end of your spear.
I wrench him out. Of the
Make
blood ooze.
a athletics check.
Scuts, help me. He's really heavy.
I will attempt to run over and assist.
Okay,
Sogek.
then it'll be at advantage.
Come on.
Go
Oh my
first.
God.
Good thing of that. As you both reeling back in, as you pick up a still dripping with what you can almost see the thick liquid around him still sticking to his body, as if trying to suck its way inside him, or at least suck what's in him out of him.
I'm
Almost
just
like
going to drop.
the water itself is sentient in some kind of way, or at least alive in some kind of way.
Save me from the doom.
Beautiful sight of blood. I just drop to my many knees and say, Zolk, you have been blessed beyond blessed by Mogus. So much blood. It's beautiful. As I just raise my hands in admiration, and I will lay on hands Zolk for 15.
Okay. Are you checking for any diseases or anything like that?
Nah, he's got that sorted.
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah, I kind of need those.
I'll check, because you have to use the 5 to check, don't you?
Yes. You basically use 5 to get
Yeah.
rid of any disease if he has one.
I will throw my last 5. So 15 to heal
Okay.
you, and I'll throw my last 5 to get rid of a disease.
Okay, you see through some of these where this blood had gathered on him, more of it squeeze out, and it almost turn into a bird-like shape and flop out and then back into the water.
Oh.
He was diseased with blood curdle, which
Oh, that's
basically
sick.
every time you get stabbed, or before you cleared him, every time they got stabbed, it would generate clot flies, which would then also try and get into other things, which would then get them disease and so on.
Would have been useful.
I had that in another life, and it was amazing.
Put me back in. I want that.
So, do you want to go back in?
I mean, I'm on 14, but yes.
Well, you can't actually tell him that because you can't.
Oh no, you
Good.
Zolk, you have no idea what he's on about. Your
How much
intelligence
is
and
it?
charisma are at 1, so good luck.
Should we?
You should be healed back up, by the way, Zolk. You should have 15 extra from the
Yeah,
lay on
did.
hands.
Should
Oh,
we
right there.
take a sample of this
Oh,
so
damn.
that if we
I w-
get his brain back, he can examine it?
It's up to you if you
I
want
was-
to take an sample for him. It depends on how much you care about him making more diseases and spreading them around.
Not a water skin I'm not using.
I was gonna ask if I could see if my paint pot that I just chugged out of would hold any of what dripped off of Zolk.
I mean, if you want to, you can certainly try. You can try and scoop
I-
up one of these strange bloodbird things.
Uh,
Can I shape water it?
No.
This isn't
Good
water.
thought, but no.
We probably
Yeah.
should have checked that first, shouldn't we? Oops.
What's the doom jelly?
oh god.
Do you have shaped jelly?
I've got
Yeah, if you've
shape
got
water,
shape ooze,
shape
maybe.
water, or shape water.
I'm just hoping that if this jar can hold paint that does wacky shit, that maybe it can hold some demonic blood.
I mean, have you got
Logical
a proper
thinking.
way to seal it?
We've got the empty potion.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
is
do
there
you guys-
something worth 50 gold pieces that would perhaps... Wait, can anyone think of anything worth 50 gold
That's
pieces?
based
that,
on what you think.
Can
Well,
we
shit.
forget about the idiot rat and keep digging for treasure?
I'm going to attempt something real quick.
A bucket.
I'm going to reach into my bag of the moment, and I think to the gods, I think, what will be really useful in this exact moment is a bottle with a very good stopper on the top of it. I'm just going to let it to the gods to decide if there's something worth 50 gold pieces that fits that bill.
Sure. What would be the best thing for that one?
Do I trust it? It's my
I'm
dodgy
sure,
bag.
yeah, you can pull out a decent sized vial.
Ooh.
Like a clay pot.
Yeah, basically a big clay pot.
I sort of conceal this a bit, and then I like put a hand into my helmet, and I pull something out from behind my ear, and I say, "Is this the vial you need?" I hold for applause at my amazing magic trick, making full use of my quick-fingered ability. I will give this to Skuts because I don't want anything to do with this bloody blood ooze. I'm not getting infected.
I will open it and try to gently wring the rat off into like his tail. You know how liquid comes down to a point, like his tail would create. Like I'm just gonna juice the rat, pick him up, and gently squeeze him and milk all the blood off of him.
And that's how Zolk died.
I know how to be gentle most of the time. It's like roll a
You
critical
should-
one.
So those times when you like gently grab your rabbit and you gently wring his neck to get the water off of it. Very gentle.
I mean, did you not read my clumsy trait?
Okay, so tell me again how you are milking the blood free from. So I'm trying to look at like 4 different things at once because you're
You're
doing
good.
something.
I mean, he's small enough. I'm assuming she can pick him up in one hand, so like his arms are above the top of her hand, and she's gonna use the other hand to very gently like just squeeze him just enough, like when you're trying to get water off of stuff, or and just kind of squeeze off his like lower half and try to get it to run down his tail and into the vial or the container we just got.
Okay, make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh God, I'm touching it.
As you are touching it.
I'm good at these except for when roll
Okay.
20 is mad at me.
Good to know. Yeah, sure enough, you squeeze some of this blood that does seem to actively try to run away from you, up until you force it into this vial, or at least into this clay pot, where it turns around and forms a very sharp spike that just about catches your finger, as you then seal the lid on top of it. Doesn't cause any damage.
I have a great feeling about this. Not getting any Carnage vibes at all.
Not the red one. Oh no.
So,
I will then set him down and give him a sloppy pat on the head, since his head would still be pretty soaked, I guess.
I mean, as if you want to keep touching it. Yeah, sure. I mean, do you want to touch it while he's still covered in blood ooze?
Yes.
Make another
Dedicating
Constitution saving throw,
it.
please.
Very good at these. My Constitution is very, very high. Yes.
Okay,
Great.
yeah. Much higher on
Fab.
this one.
You know I can just try and clean him, right?
Please wash our friend.
I'm just gonna create some water over the top of him
you
and just...
literally create a rain cloud and have it follow him.
He can have a rain cloud over him for a bit so it can wash him.
Okay. So,
Dear God.
what else would you like to do?
More looting, more smashing, more looting.
Guts
I
is
did
gonna
spot
go
lots
over
of
and
shiny things.
help lift the larger pieces of the death salt out of the way and help Dios and everyone look for the goodies.
Okay, let's have a look. What sort of shit can I throw at you?
We'll find another can of 100% lead-based paint for Zolk to drink.
Well,
You should give him one.
you
Could
can...
only improve his intelligence.
I'm gonna paint a small brain on top of Volk's head.
How small, and is it to scale?
It fits between his ears.
I'm going to rename Zolk Brian.
Okay.
No, because he
God,
doesn't
okay.
explode in acid.
But
Though
he isn't
maybe-
dumb as rock.
If we asked the right gods, he could.
So, are you continuing to batter into the Tower of Salt in hopes to find more stuff?
Yeah.
Cheeky not.
Yeah.
Got a sog egg and a Scots.
All right. Dios gives me the nod. So I take the stick.
Okay, and
I
you
swing it hard.
smash
Good
another one in.
stick.
Like roll tables and such.
Oh, it failed.
Oh,
I hate it.
fuck's sake. Okay, hold on.
Feeble
Zolk
image.
can't even link images anymore.
Fuck, you know, I'm not- Okay, and then that's not what I want to do, but that's
And
fine.
this effect is getting meta.
So, you batter into it more and more,
Oh, that's cool.
revealing. So that be
You didn't crit the pile.
yeah, destroy everything within it. Find 320 gold piece, or at least equivalent of, in various different denominations. So it's all gold pieces, but they seem to be marked from Akros, from Setessa, even from old Olantin.
Into that party bag with ye.
So don't forget to add it to, because you should have a party bag handout to make sure you keep track of everything.
Make sure we don't double add it.
Some of which seems to be inside of a small helmet.
Added it.
You get yourself a small helmet.
Oh,
I mean, it's enough to put your head inside of it, but it does seem a bit flimsy compared to what you'd normally expect for armoured headwear.
Did we find the? Is that wooden shield a figment of our crazed adult minds?
Yes,
Or
it was me pressing the wrong button.
I had strange visions, crystal shields. Madness. Who would make a shield of crystal?
I mean, you can
Should
take
we
some of
put-
the salt and make a shield out of it. I'll let you do that if you want
Should we
to.
put the helmet on Zolk, as he's already like ruined?
I mean, you can't
See
use
if it's
it.
cursed. We'll just see if it's cursed. If it like blows him up.
I mean, you can't use it. You can't even attune to it because he's
Oh, that's a
feeble-minded.
good point. I mean, I've already got a helmet on. I'd look silly trying to put another one on.
I'm just kind of here for the ride at this point after that.
Yeah.
We'll find a way to heal you. Maybe.
We can go to Granny. I'm sure Granny knows how to fix this. No problem.
All right. All right. All right. I'll slap
He's
Zolk
finally
across the
taken pity.
back of the head. And I will use my brand new spanking divine epithet to remove a
Okay.
condition.
Let me remind myself of exactly how I worded it. Yeah, I'd allow it. But I also need you to roll a d20 for me.
Yep, I drop to my knees as you see some of the fur around him goes ever so slightly grey. Almost like this really cost him to do.
But you roll 3d8. You'd also heal him as well.
Wow, you must really love Zolk.
So yeah, Zolk, you get 17 points of healing and your feeble mind is removed as your mind suddenly snaps to what on earth was going on.
Does he remember what he did whilst feeble-minded?
Yes. Can't remember why he did it, but to be fair, it's Zolk, so...
As soon as he comes back and actually starts talking properly again, I'm going to cast daylight at the tip of his nose.
I deserve that.
You deserved
You
it.
deserve it.
You did.
You're going Rudolph for a bit.
Doom jelly.
It was literally called... I literally just searched the compendium for blood ooze. To think, oh, what can I use for this? And then I remembered a different one that I'll add that to it as well. So.
Remembered, I basically become Archvice at this level. I've got aid.
Hey, Dios. I know how you feel about Zolk, so here. And I hand him a bracer made from wood marked with the giant rune for justice out of my shirt.
Cool.
It means a lot to see you take care of everybody. You're all my friends, and she just tears up and walks off.
Oh.
He just doesn't say anything, but he very pointedly puts the bracer on his right arm where he doesn't have any armor.
Guts sees it out like she looks backwards and sees you put it on, and it's the first time anyone's like accepted one of her gifts with such grace, and she's just gonna she's gonna have a moment facing the other way.
Oh.
Start skipping away.
She's just staring. She's admiring all the bones. The landscape is making her tear up a little bit.
Am I still attached to Scott's?
The rope is disintegrated.
That would be funny. We could just
You're
tie him
one
to you
foot of
anyway.
it. Yeah.
He clearly can't be trusted on his own.
To be fair, I helped the second time.
So are you taking this helmet of unknown abilities? If any abilities.
They've never let me down. I'll pick up the
Maybe.
helmet if no one's willing, and I'll test out for us to see what it is. I'll take off my helmet and put this new one on.
Okay. It's
And
definitely
accept
magical.
Its curses.
Are you going to attune to it?
I attune to it.
Okay. Give me a moment.
Give me your powers.
In hemorrhages.
Okay. That should show up for you.
Off my head. It aches with the intelligence of the move I just did. Am I being... Oh, magic item. I'm being very dumb. Oh, well, yeah. P. Begins with P.
Begins with P, yeah.
Okay. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Okay. That's very cool. I'm just going to quickly check something. Give me a sec.
No, you don't have two heads. You can't.
No. I was trying to remember if someone follows this particular god.
No one follows this particular god in the party now.
As you just see Sogeg turn into a cloud of dust.
Oh, okay, you're going to use one of the charges.
I use one of the charges.
Well, first of all, let me actually find out how many it's got.
So suddenly poof from existence.
Okay, so it's no only got
Sogeg's
two
dead.
left.
Sogeg's dead, everybody. He's gone.
Well, not quite. He's
I turn into a form
he's
of
basically
mist.
a cloudy version of Sogeg.
As this is a helm for everyone to know. It's a Prowler's helm. It is a helm blessed by the god Phanex. You get 1d4 charges every dawn, and you can use each charge to cast gaseous form.
Nice. You can be a fart for a bit.
just be a fart for a bit.
Would anyone like the helm? It is
Helm of
it is a
Guffing.
helmet.
Helm of Guff.
Did I even wear a helmet with my horn?
So can anyone actually wear? I'm guessing
So-
Dios is the only other one who can wear heavy
No,
armor. Right?
you can absolutely
I
wear one.
can,
It's not considered heavy armor.
technically.
It's considered a
it's
wondrous
not.
item. Oh, would you look at that?
cool.
That's the artwork that I've used for it. Well
my
done,
God.
Zolk. You found the reference. Oh, oh.
Right, so when I have this helmet, I can't be blocked by walls. Yes.
Oh, it's like you
Sogeg
turn into
runs-
gas.
Sogeg runs directly at the nearest.
Hey,
the
look,
nearest
there's even a
wall-like
reference
object.
to the card text on it.
Oh my
saying
God.
prideful, avoid the noose.
I'm
Fucking.
just going to keep running into walls. You cannot stop me anymore.
Yeah, you start
Did
claiming
anyone want the
Theros
helmet, or
disability
should
for
I-
fucking Zolk.
Something not quite right in that rat's head.
Oh, God.
I think we might also need to be paid for Sogeg.
As I have my fun with the helmet, as I'll become Sogeg again, and I'll say, would anyone like the helmet? Should I keep it in my bag of helmets?
I'm good.
It is so anybody can use the helmet because it's a wondrous item. If you've obviously got something that would poke through it or something like that, magic items always reshape themselves to fit the wearer.
Very nice helmet.
So, say if Scuts you wanted to wear it, there would be a gap that would open up for your horn. Nadrin, if you wanted to wear it, it would the sides would open up to allow your frills to go through, etc., etc.
Does anyone else want this? I was gonna say, Nadrin, it would be good for you because if you're trying to avoid getting hit, same thing for me.
Yeah,
Like
you can
in
just
battle,
run
it's a good
away.
way to avoid damage. So it's as good for you as a squishy spellcaster.
Nope,
as
when
it
you-
is
It is an
for me.
action. It is an action
Oh,
to
it's
do it.
action?
It's in action.
But, I mean,
state
it's still if you
gaseous
get cornered.
form.
So
It's
It's
also
still if you get cornered, like
you can't do damage while in gaseous form.
yeah, it is a good
how long are you
runaway
stuck
ability.
that way?
Seems like a Bennett kind of item.
Ooh.
So it's kind of
It's
a-
good
a
if you just
runaway
want to
kind of
not
thing.
die.
That's what it is. Yeah,
Run
it's
away.
a runaway, not die item. Or it's a infiltrating item. It's sort of
Not very
okay.
good
We
at
need to get
not
into
dying.
somewhere. I turn into gas and sneak through the gaps in the wall. Almost like you don't get blocked by walls.
My word.
Yeah, I think it's a Bennett item.
Like, I've
It
got
might even turn to the
invisibility
shape
on
of
this.
glasses.
That means he'd have to pull his hood down to put the helmet on. Or he could put his helmet on over the hood, I suppose.
I reckon
Yeah, that's
as soon
true.
as it touches Bennett's hands, it'll be a pair of
You'd
glasses.
have
I'm
you'd
pulling
have to
out.
put the sunglasses over the top of the helmet.
Bennett, do you want the hat?
Do I need to be attuned to it?
Yes.
'Cause I definitely
It is
don't
attuned.
have- Right. Yeah, I don't have any attunement slots available.
Oh damn.
I'm not attuned to anything.
Neither am I.
I've got 2 attuned things.
I have 2 as well. One of them's this at the moment. The other one's another hat that makes people call me champion.
I don't
Very
know.
Really,
worth,
that one's
very
more
worth of an
important.
achievement slot.